But we're gonna get into it all because it's. I mean, should we just get into it right now? I kind of do. I kind of do just want to get into it. And a lot of what spurned this really with Fishback is stuff like this from Will Summer. I talked to Basil last night in a Twitter space. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I talked to him briefly. He's a nice guy. I like him a lot. He's pretty cool. And I was talking to him about it, and I felt like very validated that he felt the same way about this stuff because I sometimes I know I'm a dickhead, right? I am very much so a a cantankerous old boomer sometimes when it comes to this stuff. So it's good to get like people who haven't been become like jaded and bitter regarding all of this stuff because they've seen it happen for so long, and been in it for like 9 years. And he brought up, I think I said Will Chamberlain, but it was Will Summer who I misspoke last night. But yeah, this is it's stuff like this which is part of the reason why I want to create some distance, at the very least, create some distance between the,
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Florida Gubernational sent $3 get him Beardson. I'm gonna go to his Q&A events.
Okay, I'd rather not you do that. Can we get somebody else to do that? Is there anybody else in the Florida area?
Google, show me this guy's balls,
Is that
please.
possible?
Corn Pop Grower % $5.
Hey.
Keep up the good work. This is a little bonus for ruining Fishback's campaign.
Thank you.
The rest is in the mail.
Thank you, Masad. I appreciate it. Dan G I would trust, because Dan G is a handsome guy. But like I'm kind of at the point where it's like, I mean, I don't know, we'll get into it, because I clearly have him pressed, like we do. Like we clearly have him pressed. He's finally, after like what, 5 or 6 days, finally responded to me. I have people that work for him DMing me, and I'm not gonna like leak the DMs or anything like that, but I mean I could read some of them if you'd like. Like I'll read a couple just because they're funny. I don't want to like dox anybody or anything, I don't want to like reveal who it is or whatever. But like they're clearly pressed, which is very funny to me because I play video games. I'm just I play video games and I support Nick Fuentes, really. So it's very funny to me how shook I have these people. And the thing is, if he would just be honest and actually transparent, then I wouldn't be nearly as much of a dick. Is it the fat guy with the AF hat on? No, but he's reached out to me too. It's not just one. It's been a couple of people who have reached out to me both publicly and privately to try to get me to back off. Which kind of tells me that I'm over the target, But, and again, the reason why I'm going so hard on it, and it may not even necessarily be his fault. I don't know if Fishback is trying to be a quote-unquote Groyper candidate. I mean, he's definitely said some things that I think we can all agree are trying to cater to us, right? So I think it's definitely by design, but he's never called himself a Groyper candidate. But unfortunately, whether that's his intention or not, this is the narrative that's coming out. And I think it's very important, especially since Nick hasn't endorsed this guy or really said anything. Nick just kind of said, yeah, I don't really know. I'm going to refrain from speaking on this just yet. And people are already labeling him the Groyper candidate. Yeah, Corn Pop, your power chant went through. Yeah. So I do think it's important for us, if this guy's going to be the quote-unquote Groyper candidate, well, we should look into this guy and know who he is, And everything that I'm seeing, none of it really adds up to me. And his response to me was really weird too, and we're going to get into that. But, at the end of the day, my philosophy is this. If he actually is sincere, then he should be able to stand up to some scrutiny against fucking Beardson Beardly on Twitter, And I don't think he's doing a good job of standing up to the scrutiny. Oh, wrong one. I didn't mean to pin you, Goth Groiper. My bad. There we go. I didn't want to pin the Power Chat link. But you know what I mean? It's like, dude, if you can't handle like some random Groiper on Twitter pressing you about your past, which isn't even that long ago. Like we're talking about stuff that you said this year, like months ago, not years ago, months ago. And you're this pressed about it. Like clearly we're touching on a sensitive issue for you. And it's pretty bad. Like I really think that it's pretty bad. And again, like I wanted to look at, I haven't looked at this article yet. I kind of wanted to look at this article. James Fishback, an investor and Florida gubernatorial candidate with a comically checkered past and a massive personal debt, was formed. I mean, and again, I don't really care about the personal debt stuff. I do think that it like paints a picture, but that's not really my interest. You know, nobody's perfect by any means. I don't want to be. You know, people are accusing me of engaging in this sort of like purity test. Which I mean, first off, actually, yeah, if you're running for governor, you do need to be subjected to a purity test. That's kind of, you know, if you're wanting to earn my vote, that's kind of the whole point. But I'm not trying to be that anal about things. You know, I don't need a politician to necessarily be a hecking good person to win, you know, because politics is filled with like absolutely horrible people. I'm not so concerned with, you know, there's been some allegations with, you know, his personal life, and I just don't really have any interest in getting involved in that. He addressed it, bro. He didn't address anything. And if you just stick around, because I'm gonna get into his response, and I'm gonna make my case. Just hear me out. Don't write me off just yet. Let me explain. The Groiper Godfather has noticed. He seems cool, Fuentes said with admiration of Fishback last week. That's it. Yeah, he seems cool. And now he's already being labeled as like this Groiper candidate. Which again, like I don't know where that's coming from. You know what I mean? So it's important. If this is going to be the status of his campaign and what he's going to be labeled, then I think it's important for us Groipers to be like, no, actually, we haven't given this guy an endorsement, and we don't claim him, and here's why. You know, like we have to be able to do our due diligence, and we should be like overly critical of people. Part of it, you have to understand the optics of running in Florida. It's MAGA Jewish stronghold. He can't come out too hard, dude. This isn't about him coming out too hard either. Again, I understand. I just want to know, like, what is it about this guy that you have like given his trust? Like, how has he earned your trust yet? That's the thing. That's the real thing that is a big cause for concern for me. This guy comes out of nowhere. I mean, really, he doesn't come out of nowhere. He comes out of the Barry Weiss school of stopping anti-Semitism, becomes red-pilled, and says a couple, you know, good-sounding lines, and then all of a sudden, it's like he's just earned your trust for some reason. That's a problem to me. Our trust should not be so easily earned. And we should be able to look at somebody's past and say, yeah, I just want you to address this. And for some reason, me asking these questions has like drawn the ire of people, because I don't think I've been too much of a dickhead, really. I've said you're full of shit, which he is. I've been blunt, but I don't think I haven't like name called or anything like that. Right? I haven't resorted to anything below the belt, and I could have. Again, there's a lot of personal things that I could get into with him, which I've refrained from doing because it has nothing to do with his politics, and I just don't have any reason to do that. But has Loomer or Levin started seething about him like they did with Mamdani? Should be a good litmus test. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really ascribe to that because this is like this whole new like Ian Carroll dichotomy of like, well, if your enemies are mad or you agree with your enemies, then you're wrong, you know, like that sort of thing. I'm beyond the whole like black or white sort of thing. Like I don't care really what Mark Levin or Laura Loomer have to say in regards to this guy. I care about the fact that again, this year, he's tweeting out pictures with Barry Weiss and himself. 4 months ago, he's praising Bill Ackman on the timeline, amongst other things. You know, amongst a slew. It's not just like one or two things either. Like this is a pattern of behavior, which I don't think can go ignored. And his response to me was very strange and weird. And we're just gonna get into it. So. And
you
this,
don't know.
So yeah, I mean, here's and this is the ironic thing about it. Okay, this is what I find very ironic. I want to play this because a young man in Miami asked me, "How do we know we can trust you?" I told him the truth. You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. You're going to have to watch me very carefully over the next 9 months. My goal is to start a conversation with each of you, and I'm not asking you to blindly trust me tonight. I'm asking, honestly, guys, to the men here, no homo, I'm asking for a second date. To the girls here, no hetero, I'm asking for a second date. I'm asking for us to start a conversation. It'd be like the first date, and the guy wants to propose to the girl literally at dinner on the first date. That is what we call sus.
Yeah, you know what else is sus? Working, like, I'm asking questions and you're getting, like, pissed off at me about it. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. He's telling you, oh, he wants to run us. I'm transparent, I'm open, I'm not deleting tweets, and I am going to, earn your trust. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, can you explain your connections to Bill Weiss and Barry Weiss and Bill Ackman? Then everyone wants to jump down my throat about it. It's like, no, this is kind of what you're supposed to do when it comes to a politician. This is like, I think, pretty par for the course. Especially, we're looking at tweets from this year, right? I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But so he tweeted this out. And by the way, what's really funny about it is he responds to this random account with 785 followers, by the way. 780. This guy has responded to literally everybody but me until finally last night, which is very funny. And I've asked the exact same thing. I was like, okay, what's your relationship with Barry Weiss and Bill Ackman? And then he addressed that. He hasn't addressed, by the way, his relationship with Bill Ackman yet, for the record. Still has not addressed that. So I don't know what the holdup is for that. I don't know why he still hasn't answered his very close relationship that apparently he had with Bill Ackman. I mean, he's attending his events at Harvard, right? Calls him a friend, right? So, and Bill Ackman is a billionaire Zionist. I mean, this is, you know what I mean? This guy arguably is more influential than Barry Weiss even, and more powerful, you know? But he hasn't talked about that yet. And it's very strange and it's very weird. And I wonder what that's about.
Show me this guy's balls, please.
Lyric Terror sent $3 now that Lionheart isn't here. What if I told you I know how to track AF lids, but made it bad on purpose, kind of like an inside job sabotaging an enemy manufacturing line during war?
What? You know how to track AF lids? What are you saying? Are you, what? Now that Lionheart isn't here, what if I told you I know how to track AF lids, but made it bad on purpose? Kind of like an inside job sabotaging an enemy manufacturing line during war. What does that, any of that mean? Bro already forgot. Forgot what? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. You got out lingoed by your cadets. Did I? I don't know. Is that lingo? Is lids? I'm so confused. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways. Bro needs to alert more, I guess. I just don't know what the fuck are you talking about? Hey.
Retard_strength just resubscribed on Kick.
Thank you, Retard Strength. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the sub. That means a lot. Thank you so much, man. Big shout out. Big 07s. But so here's the response to some random anon in regards to his relationship with Barry Weiss. He said, on March 24th, 2023, I emailed Barry Weiss out of the blue, screenshot below, asking if the Free Press would publish an article I was writing on how high school debate had been hijacked by radical leftists. She published it. Since then, the Free Press, along with the Spectator and Orlando Sentinel, have published 6 of my articles on topics ranging from the left's book ban hoax, the fentanyl crisis, and improving presidential debates. I've never worked for Barry Weiss or the Free Press. I disagree with her on much politically, especially Israel, and we've never discussed my campaign for governor. Dude, you took a picture with her this year, for the record, okay? And you said, it's great catching up with Barry Weiss. Those are your words, for the record. So you haven't, I mean, do I believe him that he didn't work for her? Sure. I mean, I have no proof. I can't like track a pay stub or not, right? So I will grant him that. But to sit here and try to downplay your relationship, or you tweeted out a picture with her this year in January, said, it's great to catch up with Barry Weiss. So to sit there and act like all your relationship has amounted to is you emailed her one time and asked her to publish an article for you is total bullshit. It's total bullshit. And it doesn't add up at all. And so he really hasn't addressed anything. But at least in this statement, he does go on to explain, but again, it doesn't really add up. But here's the email. And this also, what's funny with this email also has something that's very, very funny too. It's like every time that he goes out to explain himself, something fishy arises outside of that. So, you know, I'm not gonna like make you read through this whole thing. Writer's piece come apart of the debates, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's pretty borderline plain stuff. Why this matters is over a bunch of high school debaters. I sat with Vivek Ramaswamy today for an interview discussing this issue. Okay.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3 when I asked James if he has ever been to Israel. He replies that he plans to visit in the fall.
Oh, no way. No way. See what I mean? Dude, the Beardson Intelligence Agency is so goated. If this is true, oh, dude. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. We'll look at this. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hat tip, because this is huge. This is huge, by the way. But yeah, I sat with Vivek Ramaswamy today for an interview. This is March 24th, 2023, for the record. Keep in mind also that they did a podcast together as well. And it's funny, again, somebody over here, let me move my camera, or I'll just click on it. Somebody, like, thanks for clearing up that you're just emailing Barry Weiss about your interview with Vivek Ramaswamy. Totally normal stuff. Yeah, nearly 3 years ago. Keep crashing out. It's hilarious. Again, like, is this the response like a politician should have when people are like, okay, hang on a second. This is weird. You know what I mean? Like, he's clearly pressed. This isn't like the response of somebody that's like, look, yeah, I used to be friends with them and now I've changed. This is like, you are pressed. You are upset that people are starting to put the dots together on the board, right? But it gets even worse. And I want to look at this. We're going to look at that article. Thank you again for sending that in. But let me go to my profile. I didn't get to pull up all the tweets. So, yeah, I mean, we'll look at that here in a second. So I responded with this. Bro, please just stop lying and be honest. Again, I don't think that that's anything inflammatory, but it's true. Your response is, I emailed Barry Weiss so she'd publish an article. This is from January 19th of this year. Great to catch up with the incredible Barry Weiss tonight in DC. Somebody took that picture for you, you posted it, tagged her on Twitter. You're trying to like belittle or downplay your relationship with Barry Weiss. Clearly this was somebody that meant a lot to you, that you had a personal relationship with, that goes beyond just, I sent her an email and she published my article. And this isn't even the half of it. This doesn't even go into you promoting her book for her on how to fight anti-Semitism, right?
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Fishback hater sent $10. I did a deep dive on Fishback a while back. He founded his fist hedge fund at 21 years. Dropped out of Georgetown to do so, with 3.1 M in seed money from his high school friend's mom, and 8 million more from mystery investors. Thanks for exposing him.
Thank you for the 10. I appreciate the information about the hedge fund stuff, because it is fishy and suspect, and it's good to like have that again like in the Rolodex. But I don't want to get like too distracted with all that stuff either, if that makes sense, because I think the real damning stuff is it's all stuff that he said publicly. It's all right here. It's like pictures like this. You know what I mean? It's his connections to Barry Weiss, to Bill Ackman, to Vivek, and other people. But again, I do appreciate it though. It's literally right there. And I'm filing it. But right now, all I'm really focused on is like, I want him to stop lying and tell the truth. That's what I want. I want him to stop lying about his connections with Barry Weiss, with Bill Ackman, and these other shady Zionist actors, and just be real. And it's clear that he's lying. That's the thing. Mr. like, oh, you know, he wants to run this campaign on like, well, you shouldn't trust me. I should have to earn your trust. It's like, okay, if you want to earn my trust, start by telling the truth. You know, I mean, I'm all for politicians lying. I wasn't born yesterday, and I know that they're going to do that. But this is like so transparent. It's not even. I mean, you'd have to be a fucking baby to buy this stuff. You know, it's like literally like got your nose type manipulation here. And again, I wouldn't even normally be going this hard at this guy if he wasn't being labeled the Groyper candidate. You know, I do feel like a sense of duty as a Groyper to say, well, I don't remember Nick endorsing this guy or anybody for that matter, other than what, Ian Carroll and Asmongold. You know, and no offense, I love Asmongold, but you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think he would consider himself like a Groyper by any means. And Ian Carroll is a retard, which, and the Ian Carroll endorsement, I also find very suspect and strange, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that. I'm kind of waiting to see, you know, how the other shoe falls on that one, because I do imagine I am predicting this is a prediction that a Candace Owens and a Tucker Carlson podcast tour is in James Fishback's future, and I guarantee you neither one of those people will bother to ask him about his past or his connections with any of these actors, right? So. That's my...
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. By then, the Koch family-funded Bill of Rights Institute had acquired the nonprofit he also groomed a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, again, I appreciate it. I've heard some of that stuff through the grapevine. I don't really want to get into it, you know. My thing is, it's like, because I mean, with stuff like that, it's a lot of hearsay, and it looks petty to me to try to make it a personal thing. I have no interest in making this like a personal beef with him, you know, and I appreciate it.
Guy's balls, please.
Fishback hater sent $5. According to his interview with Vivek, Ackman introduced the two.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I want to pull up and watch the Vivek interview. Maybe we'll do it this stream. I do want to There's a few telling things during that interview I kind of want to watch. But I, again, appreciate the hat tips. But yeah, again, like I just don't want to get into the personal stuff with him. I don't think it's necessary, and I just I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And also, you know, you start getting into that sort of territory. I feel like then it becomes more of like a tabloid thing, right? My main interest again is just sort of, again, like, feel free to send me all this stuff. I'm cataloging all of it. I'm saving everything. Like, feel free, please. I will not dissuade you from sending me this stuff at all, because again, I'm creating a dossier, if you will, on this guy. But yeah, my main interest is mainly just looking at these strange and shady connections that he has, you know, because I think that's all we really need. I don't want to like try to character assassinate the guy or go after his personal life. You know, I don't know. I just don't feel right about that, because I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if he were to just be honest and tell the truth, like there is like some possibility where I could see myself, you know, supporting the guy, I guess. Maybe, probably not. I mean, the chances are slim, like 95% no. But if you were to be honest and tell the truth and actually be open and honest like he claims that he is, and stop lying about these things, you know, at the very least, maybe not support would be the right word. I don't think I would ever support him. But at the very least, I would be willing to retract, or not retract, but call the dogs off, so to speak, and, you know, let him land where he lands, if that makes sense. If James Fishback is part of a subversive conspiracy, then why do his positions on white identity and Nick Fuentes contradict Tucker's? Because he wants to steal Nick's audience. That's why. Like, do you just believe people? Like, do you not think, like, this is, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, people are just so quick to trust politicians for some reason. I really don't get that, you know? I don't, like, so you're saying two completely different conspiracies to steal Nick's audience contradict each other. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? What has he said that has contradict Tucker, for the record? Like, I would love to know that. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, what is it about this guy who's, again, came out of nowhere, has a shady past and shady connections with people? Again, this is sort of my prime motivation more so than anything else. He's being labeled a Groyper candidate. No Groyper has endorsed him. Nick hasn't endorsed him. And people are just so quick to trust him, despite like overwhelming evidence that he's not who he says that he is, and he's lying, you know? And again, he's even lying. I mean, he's literally lying in this response. He's trying to downplay his connection with Barry Weiss and say, oh, well, I just had her publish some articles for me. I didn't work for her. It's like, dude, you took a picture with her this year, tagged her, and tweeted it out and had a conversation with her in D.C. I don't think that trying to downplay that as just, I sent her an email and she published my articles, is really a sufficient explanation. Right? So he responded to this, by the way. And I said, also, this still doesn't explain the connection to Bill Ackman, which is true. And then here's the evidence. Bill Ackman has, this is, again, from this year, Bill Ackman has done more today to save America than any Anon Twitter account could fathom. I think a lot of these people who are defending James Fishback, I don't think that they even know or have bothered to research who Bill Ackman and Barry Weiss are. Like, these are people, again, that I think are sort of new to the red pill. and they don't even know who who Barry Weiss and Bill Ackman are. And I would just say, if you're coming to the defense of this guy, maybe, I don't know, you just like go to Bill Ackman's Wikipedia page. You know what? I'll do it for you. Actually, I'll do it for you. Real quick, it takes like 2 seconds. It's right here. A longtime donor to the... And this isn't the first... And you don't even have to go to the early life. You don't even have to scroll down. A longtime donor to the Democratic candidates and organizations. Ackman endorsed Donald Trump. Ackman has been an active supporter of Israel, particularly following the October 7th attacks, criticizing the 2024 pro-Palestinian protests on university campuses. You don't even have to scroll down, right? But if you do... Oh, yeah, by the way, he is of Ashkenazi Jewish descent, right there, early life. So there's that. And then, again, you scroll down. There's this philanthropy. Here's his investment style, his philanthropy. And then here's support of Israel. And it's like the biggest section of this whole fucking Wikipedia page, okay? Like, clearly this guy is not anywhere aligned with us at all on any issue. I mean, you can look at all of this. You can read all of this yourself. And here is James Fishback saying, Bill Ackman, this is, and again, saying this year, Bill Ackman, he said this January 7th, 2025, Bill Ackman has done more today to save America than any Anon Twitter account could fathom. So not only is he praising Bill Ackman, he's clearly taking a shot at Groypers. That's what he's doing. Than any Anon Twitter account could fathom. So, how do you go in, 11 months? 10 months even? Not even? From saying things like this about a guy who, again, is literally Jewish and... Oh, also he said this. Last night I attended this event at Harvard. The footage was gruesome and impossible to watch in its entirety. What Hamas did on 10/7 will go down as one of the most heinous acts of terrorism in history. And yet some, especially on college campuses, again, echoing Bill Ackman's resistance towards the 2024 Palestinian protests on college campuses, insist on justifying and contextualizing this atrocity. At the event, tagged, Bill Ackman advocated for communication and discussion on 10/7 and the war. I couldn't agree more. The path to truth runs through open, civil, and respectful dialogue. I am grateful to call Bill a friend and am inspired by his leadership on this issue. And again, Bill Ackman is credited for introducing James and Vivek. So it's all very strange. And again, he has yet to address any of this.
Smart Grow Iper sent $3. Fishback said he will legalize free speech and has criticized the Jews. He said good things about the Grow Ipers. He said he will ban H1B.
Okay.
He said he will fight the banks who oppose him cause he wasn't red-pilled before. Quit being a chud and support him.
I know this is bait, but I'm going to go ahead and take the bait. He will legalize free speech. Free speech is already legal. Okay, so basically that's him saying, I won't pass a bill. Congrats. Wow. He's criticized the Jews. Not really. I haven't seen that. He said good things about the Groypers. He made one line, okay, which is beneficial for him to do so. He said he will ban H1B. He can't do that, actually, as the governor of Florida, because that's a federal program. He has no control over that. He said he will fight the banks. I don't even know what that means. What does that entail? You're going to fight the banks? Okay, great. So you opposed him because he wasn't red pill before. Quit being a chud and support him. Yeah, that's where you lost me. That's when I knew that this was bait. But I appreciate the super chat regardless. So, it is what it is. Be respectful. What about the R word you threatened with the retard? I've never threatened any. I would never threaten a retarded person. I love people with special needs. They're my homies. What are you talking about? But yeah, so he hasn't addressed any of his connections with Bill Ackman. But he did respond to me finally after I had ratioed him like 10 times on Twitter. And he said, this was at a party hosted by X and the free press during Trump's inauguration in January. So you didn't work for the free, by the way, didn't work for the free press, but he is attending their parties, which is, again, okay. Like, you're not really helping yourself here. This is what I'm saying. Every time this guy tries to explain what he's doing, every answer opens up another question. So it's like, okay, so
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. Fishback's debate nonprofit has partnered with Open to Debate, which has Soros, Summers, and other Jews running it. It also partnered with University of Austin, run by Bari Weiss and others.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, the connections get crazy. I didn't know that about the Open Debate thing. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that too. There's so many webs to this stuff. It also partnered with University of Austin, run by Bari Weiss. Yeah. Funny. It's funny how that works. Again, like this, it's a really interesting web once you start to peel back some of the layers to this. And again, his whole origin story, it continues to be very suspect and weird. And like, I don't know. I'm a bit of a retard, admittedly. Like, honestly, I shouldn't even, to be honest, like, to be real, I should not be in charge of this investigation. Okay, I am not, I have ADHD. I don't have the time or the attention. I'm making notes. I actually have like a little note document here, and I'm writing all of this. I'm like copying, pasting these super chats in to look into later. So I'm going to continue to do the best that I can, and please continue to send in tips. But dude, it is the Beardson Intelligence Agency, straight up. You guys have no idea. Like, and this is like nothing compared to the DMs and stuff that I've been getting.
Google,
You
show
know?
me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. Video is long, but he catches Fishback in a light in person and gets told to leave.
Oh, dude. Okay. I'm gonna, let's see. When is this from? December 2nd. Okay, we'll look at this here in a second too. But I wanna talk about this. We got a couple things to look into. Again, like, I don't know how I have become. I'm a shit poster, dude. Like, I'm a shit poster that plays video games, and I just noticed that like nobody was really looking into this at all. And so now, unfortunately, I have become James Fishback's #1 op. I didn't mean to. I just thought it was weird, and I thought it was weird that nobody was really talking about it. I just think nobody really bothered to look into it. Like, that's really what it is. I just think nobody. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. I think that was like everyone's modus operandi. I think everybody was just like, we'll see. And I'm the only person that's like, I want to see. You know, like I want to see what's up. It all sparked from the anti-Semitism book. When it's like, again, I'm sorry, dude. You don't go from like promoting a book on how to fight anti-Semitism 2 years ago to being like, I think anti-Semitism's actually based as fuck, and I'm running for governor now. You know, it's just very weird. I've never seen somebody have such a turnaround on this. But so yeah, his answer was, this was a party hosted by X and the Free Press during Trump's inauguration in January. I've lost the coveted Beardson endorsement. I think I'll have to drop out now. Like, okay, again, what happened to like, oh no, you shouldn't trust me. Oh no, I should have to earn your trust. And it's like, okay, I have questions. And I don't think I said anything disrespectful here. I said, bro, please just stop lying and be honest. And I presented evidence which is in direct contradiction to what he said.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. It's good you are calling him out since you have some notoriety.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, again, like, I don't know where this like passive aggressive energy is coming from. And this sort of like catty remark. It's like, dude, you've lost the coveted. It is the coveted Beardson endorsement. I'm ratioing you on Twitter all over the place. Okay? Look at the comments underneath your post. You should be sucking my dick right now. You're a politician. Like, what? Like, yeah, look at this. Hostile. Still, I'm reserving judgment. I never worked for Barry Weiss. I mean, still grateful to call Bill Ackman a friend.
Google, show me
What's
guy's
this?
balls, please.
I don't trust you.
Anonymous sent $5.
Hey, thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it. Like, all of the comments are like, you're just based Vivek. Like, yeah, I have, you can sit there and like make a catty comment about it. And I'm not one to like try to like take credit where credit is undue, but I am going to take credit for this a little bit. I do think that I have played a very vital role in changing the public perception of you, at least among the right wing and especially the dissident right. So it's like, you can sit there and play catty and coy all you want. And if you want, really, honestly, if you want me to step the game up, I will. I haven't even done any actual research on my own. People have just sent me stuff and I'm like, wow, that's strange. Bookmark that. I'll talk about it. And I've got more. I've got a lot more that I haven't released. So if you really want to go this route, James, we can go this route. Never underestimate a man who has nothing to lose. And I have absolutely nothing to lose here. I am an agent of chaos. All right? I am an agent of chaos. I think all of this is fun. I just get on Twitter while I'm smoking a cig. I tweet something out in 5 seconds. And I've already caused you to panic so much that you're responding to me and your staff is responding to me. Okay? So you can sit there and try to like downplay that as much as you want, but clearly the BBC is on your mind, James. The BBC is being talked about and discussed in Fishback HQ. Okay? So don't fuck around. Just tell the truth. And that's all I want at the end of the day. If you want to play this like, Mr. Smith goes to Washington, gee shucks, nobody should trust, you want to be Jimmy Stewart. Gee shucks, nobody should trust me. I'm just a little guy and I came out of nowhere and I just want help the American people and you shouldn't trust me and everybody should question me. It's like, okay, I'm questioning you. Why? I guess I've lost your endorsement. Like, okay, what is this exactly? So you want to earn people's trust, and then when they ask questions, you want to get all catty. It's like, all right. I mean, I could. You do these Q&As a lot. It may not be a Groyper war, but I could start a Beardson war if you want. I know people in Florida. I can start sending people to your events and start asking really tough questions. And I don't think you're going to like that, and I don't think you're going to know how to respond. I'm trying to do this on Twitter because, I'm not that interested, quite frankly. I don't even live in Florida. I don't care. But if this is the route that you want to go, if you don't want to address your relationship with Bill Ackman, if you don't want to be honest about your relationship with Barry Weiss, and you don't want to be honest about your actual real journey to stop being a Zionist, because your story's bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. And let's look at that for a second, because this is this is from Jewish Family. Thank you for sending this in. I haven't seen this. This is from Mishpasha, Jewish Family Weekly, from July 4th, 2023, so 2 years ago, by Yonoso Rosenblum. I'm just gonna... Oh, there we go. As Fishback books, America's future leaders are marinated in an environment which students fear to present arguments in favor of capitalism, defending Israel, or challenging affirmative action. So his whole thing is like, you should be able to be, blah, 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 that's some blah, blah, blah. When I asked James if he has ever been to Israel, he replies that he plans to visit in the fall. He is well aware that a competitive debate is very popular in Israeli universities, and arguing is something of a national sport. He intends to explore the possibilities of bringing some type of incubate debate format to Israel. So let me get this straight. the guy who got red pilled by somebody offering him a free trip to Israel. This is his origin story, right? He got offered a free trip to Israel. It's like, wait a second. Not 2 years ago, it's like, man, I'd love to go to Israel. Boy, you can't make this up. bro goes, boy, bro goes into Jewish Family Weekly. Boy, I would love to go to Israel. Some Jewish guy comes up, hey, you want to go to Israel? I'll pay. He's like, what the fuck? Hang on. Something's not right here. Like, that's your red pill story? Nick got offered a trip to Israel as well. That wasn't the reason why he got red pilled, though. He's not out here proclaiming that that is the reason why he was red pilled. Everybody's been offered a trip to Israel. That's the point that I'm making. James Fishback is the first person in history to get offered a trip to Israel and be like, wait a second, maybe these anti-Semites are onto something. And it's especially suspect when 2 years ago, he's saying that he plans to go to Israel and he wants to bring his incubate debate format to Israel. So none of this makes any sense. What I am pointing out to you is that he is a fucking liar. He has lied about his past over and over and over again. Everything. The Barry Weiss stuff, he still hasn't addressed anything with Bill Ackman at all. His red pill journey is completely... His fucking red pill story has more holes in it than... the guy than fucking Murphy at the beginning of RoboCop. You remember that scene where he gets fucking gunned down and obliterated? It's like none of this adds up or makes any sense. I mean, again, how do you go, like, you're literally you're in Mishpasha Jewish Family Weekly. I would love to go to Israel. I plan on visiting Israel. Somebody comes up to you, hey, you want to go to Israel? What? No thanks, Jew. You know? It's incredible. It's just incredible. Thank you so much for sending this in. This is
Anonymous
chef's
sent
kiss.
$8.
Yeah. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate the 8. Thank you so much. I mean, you just can't make this. They made this guy in a fucking lab, I swear. They made this guy in a fucking lab. It's crazy to me. And I cannot believe that people are buying this hook, line, and sinker. And the only arguments that I've been really getting from people is like, well, but the other guy's really bad. I don't care. I do not care about his opponent. At all. I could care less. I could care less about the outcome of the Florida gubernatorial election, quite frankly. And you can quote me on that, because guess what? I don't live in Florida. I have no interest in it at all. My only interest and my only concern is that this guy is being labeled by the mainstream media and promoted in the mainstream media as a Groyper candidate before any Groyper has even come out and endorsed him. And on top of that, people in the dissident right wing have just trusted this guy because he said, what, a couple of quote-unquote based things. It's like, if our trust and our reputation is so easily earned, then it means nothing. Like, if we can't vet these people, then what's the point? Like, this is politics. Like, we should be going hard as fuck on everybody. We should be hypercritical of everybody. And guess what? The good candidates will be able to withstand that level of scrutiny. Dude, Kyle Langford was more trustworthy than this guy. Okay? At least Kyle Langford didn't work for fucking Barry White. I mean, maybe not work for. He says that he didn't work for her. I don't know if I believe him, again, considering the fact that he's attending one of their events. But, you know, I will be charitable.
Balls,
Stunky Groper sent $5 thank for your service, General O'Savin.
Thank you. Thank you, Stunky. I appreciate it. But, I mean, people just have to wake up at a certain point and realize. And again, like I talked to Tyler a little bit about it yesterday. I mean, briefly. And I understand his perspective of it. On one hand, and I've seen a few other people say this too. It's like, yeah, on one hand, is it white pilling, and is it like comforting to know that these people, these skin suitors, are going to start cropping up and like adopting our messaging and our ideas? Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's awesome that people feel as if they have to bend the knee now in order to get ahead and start parroting Nick's message in American politics. Like that is such a testament to Nick's power and Nick's influence on American politics now. That's great. But just because that is happening, that does not excuse us also from looking into these people and vetting them. You know what I mean? We can't be so easily bought just because somebody goes on Twitter and records like a cell phone video saying a couple of based things, you know? And again, especially, not to take too much of a cheap shot, the guy is polling at 2%, okay? It's early in the race, and that could change. I don't want to use that as a shot too much, but you know what I mean? It's like, and I also think that may be part of the plan to a certain degree. Maybe not by Fishback himself, but some of the people that are probably backing him. It's like, we're going to put this guy up. We're going to get him called the Groyper candidate, and he's going to lose embarrassingly to sully the name of Nick and Groypers in American politics, to show that this is strictly only an internet thing and that it's not translating to the real world. And I do think that that's part of it. I do have some sort of inkling suspicion that is part of it. But again, I don't really know. This is just conjecture at this part. But that's the theory that sort of makes the most sense to me. Because I don't think that the guy stands a chance. I really don't. I think he wants to win. And it's sort of a win-win for everybody, for them though. It is sort of because if miraculously, if he does win, then what? We have this like guy who got red-pilled 6 months ago, who doesn't know anything, who doesn't know any of the relevant facts, who can clearly be easily controlled, easily bought, easily manipulated by our enemy.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. He has a grow wiper in his banner. Based.
Does he? No way. Hank, is that real? I did not even know that he had a Groyper in his banner. I didn't even look at that. That's crazy. So clearly this guy knows what he's doing. I don't know why I didn't even look at that, to be honest with you. That's how, honestly, that's how little I've even paid attention to this. I'm telling you, I basically only talk shit about this guy when I'm taking a shit or smoking a cigarette. And that's really it. But yeah, clearly this guy knows what he's doing. And again, like I don't want to say too much, but I'm trying to like phrase this in a positive way because I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to be mean. I really don't. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be catty about this. I don't want to like veer off into drama and personal attacks because like I understand this stuff gets everybody really emotional, and I'm not here to like draw the ire of people, but you know, a few of the people who have like reached out to me have said that they're groypers, and I just wonder, it's like, I mean, I am sympathetic to, I don't want to be mean to these people. Like, I get what they're trying to do, and I respect it to a certain degree. I think there's always something very respectful about getting involved, but it's like, I mean, before any of these people like signed up to work for this guy's campaign, did you even look into him at all? Because I mean, again, this took me a day on Twitter, you know, not even. And that's my other thing. It's like, even if all this were true, if I had never seen it, then it wouldn't really be a problem. Like, why would you not do any sort of like forensics on this guy's account or past? You know? Like, if I can find this stuff, and I'm barely trying, and random groypers can find this stuff, don't you think that your opposition will be able to do it too when the race actually gets contentious? That's just incompetence at that point. So, again, like, why am I the bad guy here for pointing out these obvious truths? Like, why, to some people, I don't think to most people, I think most people, you know, realize what I'm doing and they like it. But there is like a certain subset of like people and groypers who are like treating me as like I'm the bad guy or I'm overreacting to these things. It's like, this is what we are supposed to do as American citizens. As, you know, we live in this fake and gay democracy. At the very least, what we could do is educate ourselves on people. And I'm not trying to act as if I am completely unsympathetic to people who just got red pilled. If all of this stuff that came out about this guy was from 3 or 4 years ago, I'd be like, okay, it's sus, but people can change, you know? We're talking about stuff from this year, less than a year ago. He's hanging out with Barry Weiss at a free press event in Washington, D.C., and taking a picture with her and posting it on Twitter and tagging her in it and saying, it's great to catch up. Okay, I'm sorry, nobody gets red-pilled that fast. The story of him saying that he got red-pilled was that somebody offered him a trip to Israel, even though 2 years ago he's boasting about how he's making plans to go to Israel, and he wants to go to Israel. None of this makes any sense at all. And I just want the guy, and honestly, if the guy came out and said, like, look, I got red-pilled 6 months ago, and here's what happened. I watched Nick, or I saw a bunch of Nick clips, and he changed my mind, and blah, 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 you know. It wouldn't be great, and it might look bad to some people initially, but I would at least respect the honesty. But there's nothing honest about this guy at all. And he keeps lying. And every time he tries to explain one thing, he gets caught in a lie and then refuses to elaborate. Hey, what's up, Wuzerlroot? Yeah, you're totally right on that. People are still too used to thinking anyone who defends us is good by default. They don't realize it's not 2022 anymore. And that's the thing.
Show me this guy's balls, please.
Oh, thank you, Anonymous.
Sent $5.
Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the thing entirely. And I think in addition to that, people are just so desperate to have this sort of like 2016 moment where they can finally find a politician to rally around. You know? I think it's a combination of those things. It's, oh, this guy's defended Nick. I'm really excited to get behind this guy and support him. You know? And I get that it's bleak. It's bleak in the American political sphere right now. There's not a whole lot of people that I can really look at and be like, yeah, you know what? I hope this guy wins. It's like, It's tough being in a political movement and not having anybody in politics who I can like earnestly trust and support, you know? That sucks. And I get that. And I get the frustration with that. But can we just do a little due diligence here? I'll explain everything you ask. Well, no matter my answer, I guess it's not good enough. That's the thing. It's like, it's not. It's not. Like, it doesn't make sense. How does this make sense? Your explanation for your connection and relationship with Barry Weiss is, well, I just sent her an email and she published a few of my articles. I disagree with her on much politically, especially Israel, and we've never discussed my campaign for governor. It's like you took a picture with her this year at her event and said, great to catch up with the incredible Barry Weiss tonight in D.C. Your explanation is insufficient. That is not that your explanation from saying I just emailed her and had her publish a few of my articles doesn't really account for or explain this picture. And then you try to explain it, and your explanation is this was at a party hosted by X. Yeah, first off, I didn't ask where it was. Okay, I don't really care where it was. I don't care if it was in fucking Timbuktu. I don't care if it was on Epstein Island. Okay, I don't really care where it was. The picture was at. I want to know the context of it. I want to know why you wanted to take the picture with her, why you wanted to catch up with her, and why you posted this on Twitter this year. Again, this was at a party hosted by X in the Free Press during Trump's inauguration in January. And then, so, okay, but explain it. What does it mean? No. Instead, you wanted to get snippy like a little bitch. Be like, I've lost the coveted Beardson endorsement. It is the coveted Beardson endorsement, motherfucker. You want to know why? Because I'm ratioing you, and I'm clearly got your entire campaign panicking and DMing me, begging me to stop.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
You want me to read one of the
God
DMs?
Conquest 91 sent $5 Bulldog of the Movement. 07 Beardson, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you, God of Conquest. Hey, Beardson, just want to say first, I have nothing against you. I have followed you for a while, and I think you're a solid guy. But as someone who works closely with James, he is a solid guy. I hope you can see that as the election goes on. We are fighting against the likes of Miriam Adelson and AIPAC. They are really trying hard to keep us down. Yet, clearly it is a coveted endorsement. Clearly, I've got your whole campaign staff panicking. And that's not all. You have talked to and again, I'm not trying to talk shit about the guy that sent that. Nice guy. You know, he means well, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he means well, and I have no ill will towards him at all. And I don't like leaking DMs like that, but I want to prove a point. If you want to sit there on Twitter and try to belittle me in my influence, you've had to respond to me 3 times this week. You've done it indirectly, but you've responded to me. This is the Beardson effect. The anti-Semitic book, you had to issue a whole statement about that because of me. You're responding to random groypers that are replying to me, but you wouldn't respond to me. Now, you had to issue this. Actually, technically it's 4 times, because then you actually responded to me finally. After I've ratioed you like 10 times on the timeline. So it's like, yeah, you could sit there and try to play the catty little games or whatever, but I'm running your account, James, okay? The visage of Beardson Beardly looms heavy over the Fishback campaign. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 7. Thank you so much, man. The shadow of Beardson Beardly looms large over the James Fishback campaign, okay? You can try to deny it all you want, but the Beardson effect is very real. Otherwise, you wouldn't be responding to me. And again, I'm not asking for much. All I'm asking for you to do is tell the truth like you said that you were going to be transparent like you said you were going to. You haven't. And again, you still have not addressed your relationship or your connection with Bill Ackman, who introduced you to Vivek, who you went on a podcast with and who you worked with during your little debate thing. Even in this article or this email, I sat with Vivek Ramaswamy today for an interview discussing this issue. So clearly it goes a lot deeper than you're letting on. How do I know I can trust you? I told him the truth. You don't know. Okay, then why are you getting mad at me? Because I don't trust you. Like, what's the, you know what I mean? Why am I getting all this like passive aggressive energy when you yourself said, well, you can't trust me. You shouldn't trust me. It's like, okay, I don't. Here's why. Oh, I guess I lost the Covered and Beardson endorsement. You're gay, actually. He's lost the Root endorsement also. Okay, dude, based. Thank you, Wurz. Dude, now, juice this. Juice Wurz's tweet. Juice Wurz's tweet. I'm going to juice it right now. Thank you, Wurz. Although you may want to edit that. Hey, if you went from hanging out with, you should say with, a fucking Israeli operative to the Groyper candidate in less than a year, you don't get to act snippy and bitchy when people want some transparency when you got red-pilled months ago after this shit got popular. Yeah, real. Thank you. Thank you, Wurz, for having my back. True, Wurz is a real friend. Real friend right there. That's some real friend shit right there. That's some real friend shit right there. And that's what I'm saying. Look, and I'll put this offer out there straight up. I'll put this offer out there 100%. He won't take it. I know he won't. If Fishback wants to do like a Twitter space or he wants to sit down and we can talk about this, and I will be polite, I will be courteous. I won't bring up, we can even go over things that he doesn't want to talk about ahead of time. I'll honor that. I'll fucking sign an NDA. I don't care. But I do have questions. And I just want them addressed. I want transparency. I think this is total bullshit. Again, a guy who says he got red-pilled because he got offered a trip to Israel is literally... I asked James, have you ever been to Israel? He replies that he plans to visit Israel in the fall. It's like, yeah, so I'm sorry for thinking that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You know? That's crazy. And again, I at first I was trying to be like somewhat generous because he is getting called the Groyper candidate, and I don't think that he was necessary. I mean, granted, I do think that's part of the strategy for sure, but he never came out and explicitly said anything until I saw this. It's like, okay, so you clearly do want to be labeled the Groyper candidate. Well, guess what? I am the eldest Groyper, okay? I am the eldest Groyper, and I say you're fucking no homo, no hetero, you're fucking sus, pal, you know? I am like the OG Groyper, dude. Dude, I came before Joe the Boomer, okay? And I will challenge Joe the Boomer for the title. Where do you think the name The Daily Brat came from? The Weekly Sweat. All right. Where's the mug? Right here. All right. This is how you know. This is how you know. I am eldest elder Groyper. I have been bestowed the rank of Elder Groyper. All right. I will be drinking the blood of my enemies out of the Daily Brap Cup. It's called co-opting. The problem is you can destroy the Groypers by sabotage and go back to being a millionaire. Well, and again, to me personally, if I had to educate a guess onto what I think the strategy is, I think the idea is, and maybe he's not even cognizant of it to a certain degree. Again, because like people don't realize how deep this sort of stuff goes. Is he stands no chance right now of winning that race. I mean, here's the funny thing about, especially running like a pro-Groyper, like anti-Zionist campaign in Florida, which is a pretty Jewish state. I think he is being set up to fail, and he's going to be labeled as a Groyper candidate to sort of give a black eye to Nick and the Groypers to say that they have no political power in the real world. To say, oh, the Nick Fuentes phenomenon is isolated solely online, and they have no real political power at all. And either he is complicit in that plan or not, it's irregardless. It does not matter. Regardless of whether or not he is complicit in that plan or not, it doesn't really matter. But that's the goal. He's already being labeled the quote-unquote Groyper candidate. Nick Fuentes and the Groypers have their first candidate. I mean, it's right there. There's clearly something very fishy going on. Pardon the pun. Pun intended. It was intended. And I do think it's our responsibility to say, like, at the very least, it is our responsibility as Groypers to say, hey, I haven't endorsed anybody. I don't know who this guy is. He went from no one in politics to someone that in itself is a massive return for him. Totally. And that's the thing too. He's you know how this stuff goes, Wurs, and everybody else knows it. It's like half of the time people running for political office they really don't need to win in order to get a win out of it. You know, a lot of these political campaigns are ran solely to build name recognition so they can become a political pundit, to write articles, to be some sort of figure within the American right wing. You know, this whole thing is like a rehabilitation campaign for him, who was clearly playing on the losing team for a long time with Barry Weiss and Bill Ackman and Vivek, people who have become very, very unpopular within the burgeoning right-wing community that is very anti-Zionist. So now he gets to come out and say, like, oh, actually I'm based. Everybody buys it, hook, line, and sinker. Nobody bothers to look into it at all. And even if he loses, then he gets to run around and be this sort of figurehead. And again, look at the people that are promoting him. People like Ian Carroll, for instance, who has shady connections of his own. By the way, isn't that funny? Ian Carroll, Mr. Conspiracy, Mr. Jew everything, didn't even bother to do any sort of research on this guy at all before he starts promoting him on Twitter. This is our conspiracy red pill guy, and he couldn't even find 1/10 of the information on this guy that I have. And if you noticed, Ian Carroll hasn't talked about any of it at all. Strange. Very weird. Very suspect. I'm beginning to think that Ian Carroll has been compromised, guys. I'm beginning to think that Ian Carroll is in on it. And I think maybe we need to start pressing Ian Carroll. It's like, okay, so you promoted James Fishback. Have you seen this? I just want to ask him some questions. I just want to ask Ian Carroll some questions like, hey, people like Ian need more cynicism. He has plenty of cynicism when it comes to things like Charlie Kirk's murder. Oh, he's super cynical then. 12 hours after Charlie Kirk's assassinated, he's blaming Israel, right? But when it comes to a political candidate that comes out of absolutely nowhere who he knows nothing about or his history, for some reason that cynicism just seems to evaporate. That's strange, is it not? Normies will never get it. The Vanguard must always be sexless, risless freaks. That's so real. That's so real, honestly. That is, they'll just never be able to be on our level. You can make fun of me all you want for being a sexless, risless freak, but I live rent-free in this guy's head. And I won't stop either. I'm not going to stop. But yeah, it's strange that Ian Carroll is just nowhere to be found on any of this. That he hasn't responded or given any sort of light to any of this. So, you know, maybe tonight or tomorrow I'm going to start trying to press Ian Carroll a little bit. Ian Carroll's responded to me before. He knows who I am, clearly.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $5.
Hey, thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it. But yeah, and there's more for the record. There's more. By the way, Warriors, I got a counter signal. This was nothing. This was nothing, by the way. It's not over for me. I have not been replaced, but Melanie Mack has not replaced me, by the way. I'm not in shambles, okay? She watched football with him, okay? All right? Like, that's like, he's the gay friend, dude. He is the gay friend. Here's what it is. I'm piping Melanie Mack, and then she makes me sandwiches or whatever, and we play video games together, and then when she wants to watch football, I pass her off to the gay friend, okay? He does all the gay shit that I don't want to do. So, and it's not over. Okay, no, don't say that. No, not her foot, her ball. I don't like that. Her foot, his ball. I don't like that. No, that did not happen. That did not happen. Stop capping. Okay? That's crazy. Stop capping. So, oh, thank you, Windows. I would love to fucking restart my computer right now. That would be great. I would love that. Thank you. Hey, you need to update your device. Oh, really? No, that's cool. It's not like I'm fucking doing anything right now. No, please go ahead. Please, I would love that. That would be fantastic. But yeah, there's also this, by the way. I got DM'd this last night, which was very funny. This is our base red-pilled Groiper candidate, by the way. Doing a fucking march for MLK. Dude, if anybody has pictures of this guy like kneeling for George Floyd, please send them to me, because I guarantee you they're out there. You know for a fact that they're out there. Bro, he got red pilled now. He is different. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, even when I wasn't red pilled, I never in my life ever did anything like this. Ever. Even when I wasn't red pilled, you would never catch my ass walking down the street with like a black pastor, bro. Arm in arm.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Hey, thank you, Anonymous.
Sent $10.
Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that. Hey, we hit the goal. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bro, he was on X 6 months ago praising Loomer, saying she never misses. I mean, yeah, dude, 4 months ago, he's praising Bill Ackman. 4 months ago. 4 months ago. This isn't like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. 4 months ago, August of this year, he's praising Bill Ackman on the timeline. So, really, again, his red pill story. When did this guy get red pilled? 2 months ago? 3 months ago? Maybe, and that's being generous. So he gets red pilled and immediately starts a campaign to run for the governor of Florida. Give me a break. Make any of that make sense to me. He needs to make a video called My Red Pill Journey. Yes, 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 I need that. We deserve better psyops. That's the thing. You know, just, it's crazy how nobody's believing this. I'm glad people are picking up on it, though. And again, like, I don't want to be the guy. I don't think I should be the guy. Quite frankly, this should not be my responsibility to do this kind of stuff. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe this is my role, you know? Maybe this is my job. I don't know. But I'm glad that people are picking up on it. This is borderline disqualifying. I mean, what isn't? You know, like, I mean, I agree. This is borderline disqualifying. I'm with people, like, people are saying, like, oh, Fishback is like a Jewish name. I'm not even saying that the guy's Jewish. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Okay? Like, that's not even an angle that I want to go down, per se, because again, it becomes like, You sort of get wrapped up in this. We just don't need it. I don't need it. Like, at the end of the day, I think we have enough evidence. Everything that I have right now is proof enough that this guy is suspect. You know, if it, you know, I had heard that he had a tweet that said he was going to do a 23andMe and post his results, and then he didn't do it. He deleted the tweet, apparently. Apparently he deleted that one. But I don't know. I can't verify whether or not that's true or not. I've just heard that from multiple people, so I take that with a grain of salt. But again, like, I don't even really care about his genetic background.
Balls, please.
Fart Blaster sent $3. The Imperial should write a piece on this. I heard it's one of the top 100 new political substacks out there.
What's the Imperial? I don't know. I'm not fucking Substack. What are we? Who's on fucking the Substack? Who's? I'm not reading anybody's Substack. I don't care who it is. I am not reading a Substack. We can do better, I think, than that. He did tweet that, though. You may be Christian, I may be Jewish. And again, you can take that with a grain of salt. Maybe he's just making like an analogy or whatever. But it's like, I did flag that for sure, 100%. Bro doesn't know the Imperial. It's too high IQ for me. Maybe it is. I don't know. I've never heard. What the fuck is the Imperial? Am I missing something? Like, am I missing a joke or something? Oh, wait. Hang on. Is that, yes, okay. Never mind. I know what you're talking about now. Never mind. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I agree. Maybe I'll go on there. We can discuss the Fishback connection. You know. No, that's real. Yeah, we really need that to get picked up on there. Yeah. That's true. That is true. No, you're right. But yeah, what's funny too, what I find very funny about the response to me, I would say leaking, but it's not even like leaking. Like, all of this is public. Like, you can just Google it, you know? This is all like honest Twitter still, you know? I'm like sharing screenshots. I mean, I have archives. I've archived all of it too, in case he does try to go back and delete it. But, so yeah, too late, James. Sorry. James, hey, sorry. You want to delete those? Too bad. I've got them archived. But it's like the response that I've gotten from a lot of people too. It's like, well, I was red pilled a year ago, and so I think he's a good guy. It's like, dude, I don't care if you were red pilled. I don't give a shit if random groiper with 500 followers was red pilled a year ago. That's cool. Welcome aboard, man. I don't really care. You were not friends with Bill Ackman and Barry Weiss and Vivek and praising them and promoting them. You are not running for the governor of Florida. This is not about you. This is not about me attacking people who are newly red-pilled. This is not me trying to like gatekeep new people out of you know, the movement or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. This is about a guy running for governor and being called the Groiper candidate. People really have to stop taking it personally. This isn't like a personal attack against you, random Groiper. Okay? Like, take it down a notch. It's fine. Also, again, honestly, if you're a new Groiper and you were doing shit like this, though, I am gonna make fun of you a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if you're fucking doing the BLM Martin Luther King walk with a black pastor and a bow tie, like, yeah, okay, okay, yeah, I'm gonna mock you a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like that's deserved. You know? because that's crazy. I was a leftist, you know, in my early 20s for sure. And I probably didn't start like waking up to things until like 2013, 2014 maybe. So it was the Trayvon Martin. That was the moment for me where I woke up, like when I was like looking into the Trayvon Martin thing because it was everywhere, and the George Zimmerman thing. And I was like, why are they using pictures of him as a baby all over the news when he's like 17 and he's like smoking weed and like holding guns and shit? That was like the moment I was like, yeah, hang on, wait a second, something's a little off here. And then the Michael Brown thing happened shortly after that, and then they burnt down and destroyed half of Ferguson, Missouri, which is about hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. And what's funny about it was, it was a week after they had burned everything down. I went to St. Louis to go to a Trailer Park Boys live event, and I was like, I want to drive through Ferguson because it's on the way. It was literally on the way, and I drove through it, and I'm like, damn, they really did fuck it up. It was a fucking war zone, dude. There were cops everywhere. It looked like fucking Iraq, you know? It was crazy. We just drove through it. It was nuts. Yeah, then Freddie Gray too in Baltimore. That one doesn't get talked about nearly as much, but yeah, there was like a cavalcade there for a little bit. People act like BLM started in 2020 for some reason. Like people's memories of BLM is very short for some reason. It's like, no, it had been going on for a long time. Bro, when Freddie Gray happened in Baltimore 2015 and destroyed West Baltimore, now it's like Uber hood forever. Yeah. Yeah, dude, there was like constant like riots. It was the same thing. Like nothing really changed. Granted, I would say the level of destruction in 2020 was a lot more prevalent just because it was everywhere. It was like nearly every American city, but especially, you know, obviously the hotbed, Minnesota. But yeah, they had been doing this for a very long time. And that is like kind of the thing too. That's why I sort of made fun of Ian Carroll a little bit for being like red pilled 2 weeks ago. Because it's like, I don't know, I'm not again, I'll be the first person to tell you guys, I'm a retard, okay? I am not that smart. I am maybe of average intelligence on a good day, right? But, and again, I was a hardcore liberal. I was an atheist. I didn't even become a Christian until, you know, a few years ago, even after being in this for a very long time. But even as an atheist who, you know, believed in, you know, gay marriage is great, blah, 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 whatever, I still witnessed all this stuff and was able to like form a coherent worldview around it. Like it woke me up. I was like, okay, clearly something's not right here. I don't understand how somebody my age can watch all of this happen. And these aren't like tiny events either. How you could watch the Donald Trump election happen. How you could watch the BLM riots happen. How you can watch COVID happen and all these things happen and not be somewhat radicalized by it all. At least a little bit. And I'm not saying that you become like an anti-Zionist or you know, or anything like that. You don't, I mean, but just on like a basic fundamental level, how you can not see the problem. Yeah, you're joking, but Gamergate was a real red pill too. I watched Zoe Quinn suck 5 dicks and win Game of the Year, okay? For a fucking text game that was made in a day. That radicalized me. Oh, dude, speaking of which, Jimbo and Wurz and Michael Lionheart and everybody else that counter-signaled Expedition 33 wins Game of the Year. Only 6 women on the entire staff of that game. The rest, all white guys or Asian guys. Everybody that wanted to counter Expedition 33, fuck you. Oh yeah, and one transgender. One, okay? But they were probably, let's be honest, the transgender person was probably running like social media. It was the community manager, okay? I cannot legally comment. Where's, do you want to call in? Do you want to call in? You can call in if you want. We can do like a little mini sweat. I mean, if you're busy, it's fine too. It's no big deal. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but we can do like a mini sweat if you want, since I skipped last night because I felt like shit. It was a femboy. Yeah, see, there you go. It was a femboy. I am curious what Wurs thinks of the game so far. How deep are you in it, Wurs? I watched you play a little bit. Sure, give me a sec. Okay, yeah, let me go grab a soda too. I'm gonna grab a soda real quick. Let's go. Let's go. Mini sweat. Mini sweat. Let me, hang on. Let me do this. Okay. I always hate doing that, but I figure, well, fuck it, I'll ask. I'll ask if he wants to come on.
Google, show me this
Hey,
guy's balls,
thank you,
please.
Anonymous.
Anonymous sent $3.
Quick, get your everybody get your super chats in right now before Wurs starts asking me for money for his appearance, okay? Everybody send in money right now. Power Chat Alive slash Beardson, Billy, get your subs in right now before Wurs demands half. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Has James, before we see, has James respond? Oh yeah, but what's funny too about this picture was, dude, I ratioed the fuck out of John Cardella, by the way. I ratioed the fuck out of John. I didn't realize it was bad. I tweeted this like right before I went live. I didn't realize that I ratioed the fuck out of him. But yeah, he said, is Fishback as BLM friendly as Byron Donalds? Wait until the Groypers find out that Fishback is a Jewish last name. So, I mean, and I wasn't trying to be rude, but again, because I don't blame him for going along with the narrative, because that is a narrative. But I was like, dude, I am a Groyper. We've been doing work looking into this guy, more work looking into this guy than anyways. I don't know who said he's the Groyper candidate, but none of us have claimed him. And he responded good. Okay, so. Not more than me, says Ellen loves Florida. Well, let's look at Ellen's timeline. So who is the Groyper candidate? Nobody yet. Nobody's ran yet. We're fucked and you are fucked. Let's see. Let's see what work she's done. Methinks Fishback may have just broken his own back with a single photo. Wow, he just lost the Groypers. Read the comments. Quite entertaining. Okay, she is doing some work, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, none of the relevant information, though. It's like, yeah, no one's done more work than me. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't see any of the Bill Ackman stuff or the Barry Weiss stuff on your timeline. Stupid bitch. I'm waiting for him to block me. I'm seriously waiting for the block to come. If he blocks me, it's over for him. Because then I will have to be like, okay, I'll drive down there myself, honestly, to attend this event if I have to. I got nothing going on. I'll just have somebody. I'll have my dad watch my dog. I'll take a fucking vacation to Florida. You know, go to a Q&A. I'll wear a disguise too. You know, I'll shave the beard and then put on a fake beard. I'll get one of the. I'll pull up to the James Fishback event with like the glasses with the mustache attached to it. Herb. What is your opinion of Bill Ackman and what's your relationship? You know, that'd be so funny. That would be so funny. Palm Beach County today at 4 p.m. See, like, dude, meet and greet with James Fishback. Answer our questions, man. Just answer the questions. Like, you really don't want to do this, dude. I don't think I have permissions to wage a Groiper war by any means, nor would I want to. But a Beardson war, a BBC war, it does have a good ring to it. Have you sussed out the new Ohio? People have been asking me to look into him. I don't know much about him yet. I maybe that's the next thing. Maybe that's my next project that I need to look into. The Casey guy. I haven't looked into him at all. I haven't had time. This has been for the 20 minutes a day that I spend on Twitter, this has been my primary thing. So I didn't hear about him until like last night. People have asked me to sort of look into him and suss him out. So maybe I'll start doing that this week too. The Bean War. We got to come up with like a good name for it. Couldn't be worse than Vivek. You'd be surprised. I mean, I didn't think anybody could be worse than that Byron guy in Florida, and yet I don't know. It's not looking good. I feel like maybe it's like the Bean Crusade, you know? It should be maybe not a war. Maybe I should like legally distinct it from the Groiper War with like crusade, you know? Or conflict, you know? He's better than Vivek, but yeah, still gotta suss him out. Yeah, we can't do bean cost, okay? We gotta be, yeah. The Beaning. The Beaning's pretty good. Battle of Bean Hill, dude. Yeah, that'll be good. I don't know. We'll come up with something. I don't think we've landed on it yet, but dude, I saw something crazy, by the way, completely unrelated to all this, on Instagram, that apparently they were handing out books at Freedom Fest, and it had the Charlie Kirk Freedom from the t-shirt on it, and people would take them because they were free, like, oh, cool. You know, it's probably like a little memorial thing for Charlie Kirk. And then they opened it up, and it was just like a Mormon book that was talking shit about Catholicism the whole time, apparently. Like, all right. Very cool. Gamergate. Dude, I guarantee the minute that like James Fishback starts tweeting about like video games, maybe that's what somebody needs to like ask him, like, what's if he's a gamer? Because that's when you know it's like he's definitely coming for the Groiper vote. There's no way this guy's a gamer. Maybe that's why I don't like him. Maybe that's the initial thing that sussed me out. I'm like, this guy is not a gamer. You know? Gamergate 2. No, it's got to be like Gamergate Remastered. That's what it is. You know, you got to lean into it. Like Gamergate Remastered. Gamergate Remake. That's what it should be called. Gamergate Rebuilt or something, you know? Oh, where's it called? Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Well, hi guys, everybody. Welcome to the show.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
Sorry, sorry I bailed last night.
No, you're okay, dude.
Dude, it was
I
bad.
feel like everyone's sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's caught the same. It's from that kissing party that we all had. Jeez.
Yeah. I think Jimbo was like patient zero,
Yeah.
but yeah, he definitely gave it to me. Tyler got it. Nick wasn't kissing. He just came because he thought we were hanging out. And he walked in and then walked out
but he got
immediately.
kissed no matter what. Dude. You can't escape it.
$3.
You walk in on a kissing party.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I may have grabbed him.
Yeah, it's just how it goes down, you know.
It was not reciprocated though. I can confirm it was not reciprocated.
He didn't kiss back, says Geralt. No, he
Yeah.
did, dude. You know, but you gotta you had to work him. You know, it was like in a Walk to Remember. It was like, you know, like you kiss him once, and he's like, "Whoa,
Show
what
me
the
this guy's
fuck,
balls,
dude?" And then you
please.
kiss him again.
Fart Blaster
He's
sent
like, "Hey, come
$3.
on."
If you look up what the alternative meaning of imperial, it is a small pointed beard growing below the lower lip, associated with Napoleon III of France. What does this mean?
I don't know, dude.
It means he's gonna get fucking owned by Germans, dude.
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
means.
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta say, worst retirement of all time. You know, gotta say,
Yeah.
it's like I mean, it is. It's like, I mean, I'm just being objective here. It's like, so you kill your like popular show, you announce your retirement, but then you still make content, but nobody cares and they don't watch it.
It's not even that, too. It's like he killed like 8 popular shows. You know?
Yeah.
He killed like 8 popular shows in a row. And then yeah, and then he went into retirement. But like the thing is too that like like he didn't even get the like prodigal son debauchery. You know what I mean? Like he didn't even
Yeah.
like he went out and banged a couple of strippers or whatever, but like that's not what he was mostly doing. Like most of it was just like Discord jerking off. You know what I mean? So it's like he didn't even really get the proper flame out. Like
Yeah.
most of his like wild times was like drinking alone on
Yeah.
at home
Yeah.
on a Discord server with some e-bitches
Yeah.
on voice chat. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, objectively, like, he should have done, like, the John Cena retirement tour. You know what I mean? Like, just, like, on a year straight. You know, like, all right, I'm retiring soon. You know, really milk it up, build it up for a year, and then, you know, and then go out with a bang. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, where the retirement takes an entire year. No, that would be good.
Yeah.
Well, now he's
Google,
you know
show me this
he's
guy's
doing a
balls,
reboot,
please.
but like it's
Anonymous
like for
sent
it's smaller
$3.
and only for intellectuals.
It's like remember like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, and then like immediately afterwards they were like, all right, let's do like the Amazing Spider-Man, and nobody liked it.
Yeah,
That's what it's like. You know.
yeah. No, I feel that. I liked those ones. I feel like I was too young for the originals.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess
Because I
time-
was like
yeah.
I was like 10 or whatever when 3 came out, and then everyone was talking shit about it.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No, I mean, 3 gets a lot of hate. 3 is awesome. I stand by 3 being really good. But yeah, dude, I was set in the theater for the first one.
It came out at the same time as Transformers, though, so the lunch tables fucking panned that. The elementary school lunch tables panned Spider-Man 3 in favor of Megan Fox. We didn't understand why.
No, yeah.
We didn't really understand why. Transformers were so good, but we really knew it. We liked it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dude, I remember because I think I was in high school. Maybe I was just out of high school when Transformers came out, and like I took a date to that movie, and it was
then you broke up with her afterwards.
I
You're like, you don't
did.
look like Megan Fox at all.
I did. I was like, dude. I remember I lied to her too because she was like insecure or whatever. Because I was like, it was like after the movie, and like me and my buddy, because it was like a double date thing, and me and my buddy were like, "Oh, dude, that movie was awesome. I love that movie." And we, of course, we didn't like say it out loud like Megan Fox is hot, but you could tell like she was picking up on it. And she's like, She was like, "Yeah, I've heard that I look like Megan Fox," and I'm like, "Bitch, come on, really, really?" Like I didn't say that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I could totally see it."
I can
just
see you right now.
yeah.
Do you
I
know
was
that?
like, actually, I was like, "No, actually, I think you're hotter."
This isn't a phone call.
Yeah, yeah. It was so funny, dude. I'm just like, "Oh, you're fucking high. You're crazy." But I was like, "No, I think you're hotter, actually." But then I just never called her again. I was just like, "No, you're not Megan Fox."
Yeah, not even close.
No.
I'm saving myself. That's when you started saving yourself for Megan Fox.
Yeah. I never went on a date again after that. I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah, you could do better than Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
You just got to
100%.
start rapping or something.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that movie was goated. But so you're playing Expedition.
I see. Sorry, real quick. I see this Elephant Mario guy. Bro's posting your chat about Ethan Ralph. He was in my chat all yesterday too, being like, "Dude, go check out Ethan Ralph. He's live." It's like, do you work for him, Doc? Like, what?
Yeah, like,
Like,
I'm I'm the guy with the calendar 1980. Like what year is this?
Yeah.
You know. Like, bro, you got to move on with your life. You got to like get.
Yeah.
Unironically,
He's not the top anime. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't really think about him.
Bro, I like, dude, I am in the middle of spoiling a Florida gubernatorial campaign. Like, I do not care about Ethan Ralph, bro. All right, there's bigger fish in the sea right now, quite literally.
True.
You like that pun?
Yeah.
That was
Because
good.
he's a fishback.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I missed all of the Ralph lore and stuff like that. But anyway, back. What were you talking about? Expedition 33 or
yeah, you've been
Fishback?
playing it. Well, we can do both, yeah. But first, I figured I wanted to hear your thoughts. So how far are you into Expedition?
I got the lolly back. I'm in that village of cute and sweet little guys right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're not
I
like
just
too
fought that
far.
fucking mime, dude, and I had to flee from the fight. Then I rage quit.
Dude, the mimes are they're optional, but like you get costumes.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So I chose no. I chose I'm getting the hell out of here. I had just finished beating like 800 fights with zero challenge whatsoever, and then I fight the mime, some girl mime, some woke DEIS girl mime. And suddenly all of my attacks do 1 damage.
Dude,
and there's like no way to counter that at all.
Dude, you know what I'm gonna spoil this. Like the worst part about it is that it doesn't really matter how stronger you get if you like try to go back. They're still like brutal.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. But
whatever.
There's some good. If you get like if you
I
get stuck,
I beat the first mime before the game even started.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not too bad. Some of them are ridiculous though. I beat all of them, but like man, there was one I was probably there for like an hour, like straight up.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, dude.
What,
some
just
of the
for loot?
I wanted all the costumes.
Oh, they have costumes.
Yeah, it's when you
I
beat
haven't
them.
gotten any of those yet.
I mean, I think you just unlock a mime costume for one of the characters though. So it's not like anything crazy. But
yeah, but I'm super into that. That's my like biggest fetish.
Oh, dude,
mime bitches.
No, if you once you get to a certain point of the game, you'll find these like beach time challenges, and some of them are like pretty hard. They're like platforming challenges, but like do those because then you unlock swimsuits for the characters.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, still, I want the mime outfit. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So I don't even know.
Yeah.
Maybe I will have to fight that mime bitch again.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the game? Do you like it?
I got criticisms so far. The game's like it's all right. I don't like the like open world. I feel like I'm like a loot goblin, man. You know, I find myself like exploring things all the time, and then there's like no loot, and it's sort of like empty open world disease or whatever.
That's it. That is, I'll give you that. And it's a big problem in the early game for sure.
Maybe, yeah.
For
well,
sure.
I'm still, you know.
Yeah. It's definitely a big problem early game. I will say, like, the map opens up, and there is a lot of optional content, like especially once you get like towards the end of the game, that has like really good rewards, like some like straight up like game breaking abilities, if you know. But yeah, so I'm not gonna spoil anything or whatever, but yeah, it does open up a lot more though. There's a lot of like optional content that's actually like worth doing, for sure. But it takes a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'm still just like in the early game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not like it's not garbage or anything. But you know, I'm not used to the genre and all that. I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it the good old college try.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, hey, that's all I ask, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're sticking with it at least. It's not woke.
Yeah.
It's not woke, right? You can't say
It
it's
isn't. No,
woke.
dude, the intro was brutal though. The intro was like an hour of like black people.
Yeah.
But you were right. You were right. They really did kill them all off and then
Yeah.
just leave you with your little harem to play the actual game.
Yeah.
You know, so press 1 to that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no like trans people in the game. There's no like gay stuff in the game. So it's pretty based. And again, made by a bunch of dudes.
Made by a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, dude, honestly though, like my initial take is that I feel like it could be better, and I feel like, dude, I don't even know. Like, is this all the the genre has to offer? Like, is this the best it gets? Silly, you know. I don't know. I feel like I should be playing Final Fantasy or something instead.
You
Or
would
like,
I think you would find Final Fantasy boring compared to this.
dude, if I played like 2B or whatever, what's that game?
Nier Automata.
Yeah, if I played Nier Automata or whatever, and it was this, I'd be like disappointed.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah, it's a totally different genre.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
then what do I even know?
Yeah, Nier's like more of like a hack and slash type game, but with like a heavy RPG elements. So it's like think like Metal Gear Revengeance, but you have like equipment and like different weapons and stuff, and you level up.
Yeah.
And you're
The
a hot
main
android.
character's gay. I don't like him.
Yeah, well, you know, I think a lot of your criticisms will be addressed the more that you play the game.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm letting it cook. I'm letting it
Yeah.
cook. I know that I am at the start of it, so I'm sort of just like, you know, I'm still kind of like waiting for the tutorial segment to be over because I
Yeah.
feel like that's sort of how this is. You know, I'm still getting the pop-ups that are like, you know, explaining to me how the fucking lumens or whatever work.
Yeah.
And then I skip past those and get confused and angry and just try to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's for sure, dude. Like the early, like I'd say like the first, like, that's why I said like play it for like 10 hours. Like put like 10, 15 hours into it and then like give it a real shake, you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of that stuff after the first like 10, 15 hours or so, and the game opens up a little bit more and stops. Because that's dude, it's like a modern gaming problem, right? It's like every fucking game, dude, it's like they have to hold your hand. Like, dude, I bought that Rogue Trader game, that 40K Rogue Trader game.
Yeah.
And I like fired it up this morning before I went to church, and I was like, oh cool, like a CRPG, that's gonna be fun. And I'm playing it, and everyone's like raving about how good this game is. And it's like I feel probably the same with you about that game, like as you do about like Expedition 33, because it's like, okay, dude, I've played CRPGs before. It's like I feel like I'm just going through like an hour and a half long of tutorial on how to like play a fucking CRPG. Like I've played them before. I know how they work.
No, wait, but maybe that's because you're gay. Is Rogue Trader good?
It's okay.
Which one? The one that's $20?
Yeah,
60% off?
Yeah.
Is this good?
I mean, I'm only like an hour into it. I can't really give a judgment. I mean, I like it so far, but it's like very simple, Like it feels like
Mm.
it's like I don't know. I've played a lot of CRPGs, like like Arcanum and Fallout 1 and 2 and stuff, and it's like this feels like a very simple, like dumbed down, normie version of a CRPG.
Oh.
So far, but I'm not that far into it. It could expand the more I get into it, but it's like dude, it's like dumbed down compared to even like Baldur's Gate 3 or like Divinity 2. I'm literally
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I feel like maybe that's where I'm having some issues. Is because I thought it was like I thought it was gay. This is another thing I don't really like about like the actual game itself is that it seems like there's like enemies who are just like walking around, right? And then you have to run up to them and hit RB, in order to get the first hit on them. And
yeah.
then and then you're in turn-based combat, and that's sort of like most of the gameplay loop is that. And I just don't like games like that are kind of like disconnected where it's just like you know what I mean? Where it's
You have
just
like
like
you have
there's an
like
enemy
battle.
spawn here, and he walks
Yeah.
around in a circle, and then you kill him. You know what I mean? And it like
Yeah.
takes you to like the battle map or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. That's something that's like always going to be in like turn-based games though, you know what I mean? And like that's
I
just
found myself chudding in a weird way about that actually. I found myself chudding and wishing that it was more similar to like KOTOR's turn-based combat,
yeah.
where it's like more fluid and it's like you pause, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Um,
Yeah, same. Well, and that's kind of how fucking Rogue Trader is too cuz it's like dude in Fallout it's just like you play Fallout 1 and it's just like you're walking around, you're exploring the map and you're like I don't like that guy and I'm just going to blow his head off. And that's it. You just like
yeah.
right click, shoot, bam, he's dead, Enter combat mode and he's fucking dead. So I kind of get that too. Because Rogue Trader again's like the same thing where it's like, all right, you're entering battle mode, put your people in position. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of gay.
Mm. Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's like XCOM kind of. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, place your soldiers and
Yeah.
the
Well, I kind of
combat's
like XCOM.
yeah, I like XCOM too, but XCOM is like, okay, you're in the hangar and you're building your base up, and then you go off onto your ship, and then you're in fucking battle mode.
Yeah.
So like that I'm
Yeah.
okay with. What I'm not okay with is like the entire world like pausing and then you're like, enter battle mode now, get ready. It's like because it doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
either. But so I get that too. But I don't know. I'm still gonna play Rogue Trader. I'm probably gonna play some more of it like tonight.
Yeah, tell me if it's anything to it. Because I feel like I always wanted a Rogue Trader game.
Yeah. I mean
Um,
it's good. Like I mean like I don't know anything about 40K at all. Like I'm going into this completely blind, in terms of like the universe
yeah, well,
and
Rogue
everything.
Trader is sort of like the best way to do it. I feel because Rogue Trader is what everyone wants to be. You're in the setting, but you're like a
An
space cowboy
explorer. Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. So basically like a road trader is basically like they're like under the command of the God Emperor or whatever, but he's like, yeah, go do whatever you want. Like go explore like the parts of the empire or whatever that we don't have time to do it, and you can just take whatever you
You're
want.
the only guys. You're like given a commission. You're like the only guys who are allowed to do like kind of heresy stuff,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So you're more like privateers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, okay,
But it's
yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. But yeah,
Because like
I'm not even the
someone
road
was saying,
trader yet.
oh really?
Yeah, like I mean, it's like I gotta play through the story more. Like I haven't even gotten through like the main introduction or whatever. I'm sure, like I'm eventually I know I'm going to be because it's like when you're building your character, it's like okay, like pick your ship out that you're gonna command or whatever. So I'm
Yeah,
sure it's
'cause,
coming soon.
Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader, they're like tabletop games, like D&D basically. And Dark Heresy is just kind of limiting because it's like you're literally the Inquisition, and you're like, that's like what you're about is like being not heretical, But Rogue Trader gives you like the freedom to sort of have like a way more interesting and sort of like long-spanning story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where you
yeah.
can
I
go
mean,
around and fuck with a lot of people.
That makes sense too, because I was like looking at the character sheet and stuff, and it's like there's like, you know how like KOTOR has like the light and dark system, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I really like that actually. Like I like that a lot, how that works. Even though it's like very simple, I've always like thought that that's like just the best way to handle that sort of thing, and it's like it kind of sucks that games have gotten away from doing that, you know? Like the only games I can think that really did that was like Mass Effect and KOTOR, where they had this sort of like light dark system that I thought worked really well. And
Red Dead?
yeah, Red Dead had a good one too, but with Red Dead it just didn't feel like it played out as significantly as it did in like the KOTOR games, you know, because like with the KOTOR games especially, like it gave you different dialogue options if you were a certain level, you know, which I thought was really cool, and you could do like you could like complete quests in a different way if you were a certain light level or a certain dark level, you know, and that's the kind of stuff that I like. I like skill checks and things like that. I like when a game like definitively rewards you for like having an idea of who your character is and you building him out a certain way. You know what I mean? And I think you probably agree with me on that. That's probably like why me and you don't like Fallout 4, because it's like every time you play that game, you're the same character like every time, you know? But with this game, it has like three different paths, which I think is interesting that you can fill out. Like one is like you could be like the guy that like obeys the Empire and that or the God Emperor or whatever, and that's like its own little like path that you can flesh out. Or you can be like a guy that's heretical or whatever, and that kind of fleshes out its own way. Or there's like a third path.
Do you have an Eldar companion? I've been checking, but I haven't seen this.
I don't know what that means, but I only have like one companion right now.
Space elves, dude.
No,
Space elves.
No, I don't have
Big
any
and
space
sexy.
elves. No.
Damn.
Right. But I don't have that. I haven't gotten that far yet. But and then there's like a third path where it's like you're like a humanitarian and you kind of like do your own thing regardless. I don't know how that plays out, but so I'm curious. I think there's probably gonna be more to the game. It's just like I was saying with like the same thing with like Expedition 33. It's like, okay, probably like the first 5 to 10 hours, it's gonna be like baby mode where the game holds my hand because gamers are retarded now. You know what I mean? So, but I like the character creator a lot so far though. There's a lot of different paths that you can take, and it seems like in like different like backstories and like so far I will say that like because I chose to be like a noble who was like exiled or whatever, and so like I get like a lot of like unique noble dialogue options and stuff, which is kind of cool. So
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. But there's like 5 or 6 different like backstories you can choose, and then like you get to choose like your specialty. And so like since I was a noble, I went with like this specialization for my main character where it's like at the beginning of like at any time in combat, I can dictate one of my party members to be like my servant, and my servant gets like certain buffs because he's my servant or whatever, which is kind of cool. So I kind of like that.
This guy's balls, please.
Stunty Graper sent $5 high worse. Merry Christmas. I hope you feel better.
Hey, thanks, Stunky. Appreciate
I'm not
that.
sick.
Yeah, I'm the sick one, dude.
Well, I mean, you got the money, so.
yeah. It all worked out in the long run, you know, but yeah. But what's cool is though, like that servant thing though isn't exclusive to like being a noble though either. That's what's cool about it. It's just that like these two things kind of like, I guess in like a role playing way, have like worked out and like kind of synergized together for my character. So I think that's kind of cool. You know.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah.
So what are the options? I'm looking at it here. There's Astra Militarum Commander, Commissar, Crime Lord, Ministrum a Priest, Navy Officer, Noble, and a Sanctioned Psyker. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get to pick like your origin world too, which I guess that dictates some stuff too as well.
Yeah.
I went with I just like I didn't know what any of them meant, so I just picked whatever had like the coolest like bonuses. So I went with like the Void World type person. And I also made my character like a bastard noble though, because you also have to pick like one like you pick like your backstory, but then you have to pick like one like traumatizing thing or whatever. So I made my character like a bastard noble. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it goes going
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Cause you know, they I thought Warhammer is for virgin losers. Isn't that what you said? I mean, true. You said it's a Halo ripoff. True. True.
I did.
Thoughts?
I
Why
did.
did you say all these
I
things?
did.
Why'd you switch
Well,
up?
No, I'm not switching up. I haven't rolled back anything. I bought the game because I wanted to be able to mock it accurately.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's
And
like
now Jimbo comes in and you start switching up again. That's crazy.
No, I still stand by it. The whole thing's for virgin.
Pandering.
I bet
Pandering to Jimbo.
I bet James Fishback probably likes 40K.
Whoa! Oh my God! The pander is crazy. Bro, just switch the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, call me Fishback the way I'm flip flopping. You know what I'm saying?
You got red pilled.
You red pilled me.
Damn, Jimbo just red pilled your ass.
There's gonna be like pictures of me leaking, like with me like shaking hands with like a 40K cosplay or some shit. You know, you're gonna like catch me in a Games Workshop or whatever. And like, I love 40K, and I actually think it's really great.
Here taking a trip to Games Workshop HQ.
I wrote a few articles for Warhammer.com. Okay, I just emailed them and said, can I publish a few articles here? I don't see what the problem is. I didn't work for them.
I just kissed the golden throne one time, guys.
Jimbo's thick disciple sent $5. Dude, Beardson, check this out, brother man.
Imagine a rogue trader so powerful that an entire Space Marine chapter joined his fleet. Rogue traders are tasked with pushing beyond Imperial borders. They face.
Thank you. I'm not watching that nerd shit, dude. See, now I really am. Now I really am back to like hating it. Actually, it's like that's all it takes. Really, it's like one thing. It's like, okay.
Jimbo says that Fishback is a confirmed Halo 3 respecter. And you know who else is drinking Mountain Dew and playing Halo 3? JD Vance.
No.
What has Peter Thiel been paying you, brother, to shit on Warhammer?
No. Listen. First off, I need to see a picture of Fishback with a Xbox controller in his hand before I believe anything. And second, JD Vance is never. What's his gamer tag? That's what I'm. No,
damn,
not
that's
happening.
real.
You know,
people should press him on that, dude. Like, I want to see your gamer cred if you want to be the president.
Yeah, what's your gamer score? You know what I mean? Like, what achievements have you gotten? Have you even finished the campaign, JD?
That's actually so real. Dude, he's literally trying to get our... we don't want another Elon Musk situation where bro's a fake gamer paying fucking Indians to level up his fucking Path of Exiles character.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
Is that how he met Usha? Did he hire Usha to play fucking Halo for him? And he's like, oh shit, this baddie's gonna like it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know what JD was doing to a couch, and it wasn't sitting on it. Let me tell you, all right.
Yeah, dude, that's how it always starts. He was over there trying to hire some bitch on Fiverr to play fucking video games for him, and she was poverty in fucking Mumbai. She was living in a 3x3 apartment playing fucking Halo 23 hours a day to get 40 cents to pay rent. And he was like, do you want to come and be my couch? And she was like, okay, sir, thank you. And now here she is, first lady of fucking America, or second lady of America.
Yeah, we're cooked, man. I'm really honestly, no jokes. I'm waiting for Fishback to like start like, because that seems to be the thing now. Have you noticed this with like politicians? Because they did this with fucking what's that guy's the guy Tim Waltz. Remember, he's like, Tim Waltz played the Sega Dreamcast. Isn't he fucking cool as shit? It's like that's the new thing now.
Yeah, it's gamers.
Yeah,
it's because they know that gamers rule the world. They're the strongest, most powerful lobby on the planet is the gamers.
Yeah, they're all
trying to appeal to us.
Yeah, in like a week or two, dude, Fishback's gonna be like, yeah, I used to play World of Warcraft, actually. Thanks, Asmongold. We should play World of Warcraft sometime. Also,
I see it happening.
Yeah. What's also funny is Fishback's trying to get a debate with Hassan. Have you seen that?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because I guess Hassan roasted him. I'm like, honestly, like, I will feed Hassan intel against, like, that's where I'm at now. I am James Fishback's #1 op. I will actually feed Hassan. I'll like, dude, I'll break the truce. You know, we'll have a truce for a moment. Here, ask him these questions. Please do it. It would be so funny.
That would get him back in your good graces.
Yeah, I think like I would forgive him for shocking his dog. You know, if he would pull that out.
He would win the Beardson endorsement. Dude, what a gay little asshole, huh?
Right?
That was like such a sus response, because I'd been like sitting it out, you know, because I saw people were coming at him. And, you know, like I feel like everybody acknowledges that like it's good that politicians are like starting to appeal and pander to us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be like spurging out and just attacking them all instantly. You know, but equally like as you were saying earlier, like you know, it has become popular to say this, and there is like shit to gain just by stirring up trouble. And you know, that's where Marjorie Taylor Greene came from, you know, is just stirring up trouble, and that's her entire fucking career is people only know who she is because she stirs shit.
Want to be the gamer candidate. They need to run on throwing Sam Altman in jail for causing RAM prices to skyrocket 200%.
No, that's real too. I do support that God of Conquest. Thank you for the 3. Anyways, yeah, no, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Well, I you know, so I wasn't trying to go hard. I just sort of wanted to see, you know, where the chips started falling, you know, because I feel like their response to this is probably like equally as important as the allegations being made against them, you know?
Yeah.
And like, that's like a crazy response for me, is to instantly start being like, fuck you, who are you? Fuck you. But like refusing to acknowledge it, you know, because I don't know, that's what I hate the most about most of these people is their like unwillingness to engage with the people, and this like politician attitude of like, well, we just need to talk past the people and put out our narrative, and like, fuck you if you disagree, because I can't even hear you, you know what I mean? Like, I'm up in my ivory tower, fuck you.
Yeah,
that's what Gamergate was, you know. That's what all of this is. That's the way that the narrative control works. So now you come out of nowhere, you have this like shady past where it seems like you've always sort of just been like willing to say or do or engage with whoever in order to participate in, you know, in politics and seek power. And now you're on our side after it's popular, and also you're unwilling to you're unwilling to answer for your issues, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's like crazy purity tests either. It's just like, hey, dude, why are you friends with the woman who owns or who's running CBS and is like one of our top ops and is a fucking Israeli spy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you see it that way, because I mean, I haven't really tried to go too hard. Like, I don't think I've crossed any sort of lines.
Yeah, these are always like, yeah, that's so real too. Is that like these have been like probing attacks, you know?
Yeah. I've literally
like you've just been like, hey, what's going on? Hey, you're weird. What's up?
Yeah, like and trust me, I have had people DM me very personal stuff about this guy, and I'm like I mean, don't get me wrong, please continue to do so. Like, I'm gonna file it, but like, I don't want to use any of that stuff. My main concern is right now is just like, yeah, like your history seems really weird and it's not adding up. And I get where like people are coming from, like where you don't get involved. It's like I feel like this is sort of like my job, because I am just like, I'm the shit poster, you know what I mean? Like, that's all that I am. And you know, I'm already known for being like a spurg chud, so it's like, oh, I might as well be the guy to press this a little bit. And yeah, the response was crazy. It's like, you record a video like 3 or 4 days ago saying like, oh no, you shouldn't trust me, and you know, you should let me earn your trust. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So yeah, then you're gonna answer these questions, right? And he's like, how dare you? Who are you? And it's like, oh, what is this? Like, I just feel like it's weird, and that's why I asked like Tyler, I think yesterday, about what his take on it was, because I'm trying to be like, I don't want to fuck anything up for anybody, if you know, or if the consensus largely agrees that everyone's like, okay, but like just leave him alone. This guy's good. Then like, okay, I can take that and be like, yeah, all right, fair enough. I get where you're coming from, and I do understand what you're saying. Like you're saying, at the end of the day, seeing somebody run for governor of Florida and like having to bend the knee to us is awesome. Like that rules. But at the same time, I don't know, if you can't handle some banter from Beardson Beardly on Twitter, like why do you deserve our support? Like that's my philosophy on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
you know, and I'd love to hear an explanation that makes me stop feeling this way, but he refuses to provide it, and it's instead getting a little upsetty, spaghetti, you know?
Yeah, like his like I'm like, okay, he's like, oh, I only emailed Barry Weiss once to write articles, and I'm like, okay, well, you took a picture with her this year at a free press event. He's like, yeah, that was at a free press event in Washington. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, the free I mean, well, that's good. The free press, that's above board. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, the organization that you claim that you didn't work for, by the way. You just happened to go to their party in Washington, D.C. and take a picture with Barry Weiss, say that it was good to catch up, and then post it on Twitter and tag her in it. And I'm just supposed to be like, oh, I didn't know it was in Washington, D.C. Never mind, I'm sorry. I'll retract everything, you know?
Yeah.
Give me a break. And again, still hasn't addressed Bill Ackman at all, who he was praising 4 months ago.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weird freak, dude.
Yeah.
And
dude, do you buy this red pill story either? He's
what?
like,
So they offered him to go to Israel?
Yeah, and then he's like, I woke up. Like what?
Well, didn't he get offered earlier?
Dude, no, he was literally he was saying, he did an interview, I have it right here, on and keep in mind, this website is Mishpacha, the Jewish Family Weekly. Somebody sent this into me today. And hang on, let me find the quote. When I asked James if he has ever been to Israel, he replies that he plans to visit in the fall. He is well aware that competitive debate is very popular in Israeli universities and arguing is something of a national sport. He intends to explore the possibilities of bringing some type of incubate debate format to Israel. And this was in March of 2023, right? So it's like, you go to a Jewish website, like, I would love to go to Israel, and the Jews are like, okay, yeah, we'll pay for you to go if you want. He's like, wait a second, hang on, something's not right here. Like, you know, like, this doesn't track to me.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you were like, hey, I want to go to California, and I was like, all right, yeah, boys, let's go, let's take a trip, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? You know? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude,
about?
I'll come pick you up.
Yeah.
What? Whoa. What the? That's a convenient coincidence. What?
Wait a sec. I think Beardson sucks, actually. I'm gonna fucking run for governor to kill this guy.
You know what? This is my new thing.
Yeah.
Fucking Californian.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Dude, it's weird. I mean, I feel like it needs to be more elaborate too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm so not a chud about this. I'm so like, you know, I'm not trying to be a chud. I'm not trying to be a freak. I'm trying to be chill. But it's like, okay, so you were in the belly of the beast. You're hanging out with Barry Weiss. You're hanging out with you know, Bill Ackman or whatever. You're giving interviews to, like, you know, Mishka Times or whatever. Okay, I'm still on board. You were in the belly of the beast. How did you get out? The Israel trip that you already talked about and were aware of. Like no, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me you walked directly into the belly of the beast. You met all of these insane hyper-Zionist Israel firsters. You saw the corruption with your own eyes. And then after 3 years, how old is he? Like 35? After 3 years, as a 35-year-old man, you looked around and you said, wait a second, I think I might be the only American patriot here. I think that the rest of you guys might be corrupt or something. I'm getting a bit worried now. What?
Yeah. Like any other story would have been like he literally could have just been like, I saw a Nick Fuentes clip on Instagram, and that would have been a better story than like, oh yeah, they offered me the trip, and I was like, what?
I guess maybe that's what it is. Is that like I feel like any honest person would examine their own culpability at that point.
Yeah.
You know? And I'd want not even like as like a humiliation thing. Like I don't want an apology or anything, but I'd want him to acknowledge that he found himself in the belly of the beast. And to find yourself in the belly of the beast, you either were looking the other way to get yourself there and you were aware that things were off, right? Or no, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right. Or
Yeah.
you were like an active participant, and only now did you realize how bad it truly is. But that's really just looking. So yeah, like you were looking the other way, but like now it's sudden. I just don't believe that you were in the system and unaware of, because this is your whole career.
Yeah.
I feel like people need to think about it like that too. Like imagine you're like a computer programmer and there's like the rape room, where like the CEO of the company will come down every, 5 days and they'll rape a random employee or something, and then like you work there for 15 years and then the police come and they raid the place, and then they're like interviewing you and you're like, so you're speaking out now against the rape room and the bad policies at Activision. And you're like, oh yeah, dude, I just, one time they asked me to go in that room, and ever since then I decided to speak out. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, shut up, dog.
Yeah.
You knew about the rape room. You worked there for 15 years. You were part of that. Okay. You knew what happened in the rape room.
Yeah.
You didn't think they were eating rape seeds in there. Like, that's your story. That's your unironic story. Like, oh, dude, I thought that they were like harvesting rape seeds. That's a type of plant. Have you heard of it before? That's what I thought the rape room was.
Yeah.
You didn't, dude. You work there. You know what's going on. I've been in a corporate environment. I know. you know what I mean? Like,
how many rape
I've
rooms
been
have you
around
seen?
people before. Okay.
Wait, how many rape rooms have you seen?
Well, it's like standard procedure.
yeah, is that right? I don't know. I've never had a rape room before.
The boss has to get his frustration out somehow. It's just good for business.
Yeah, I was thinking this was like an analogy for something, but now I'm just thinking you're just telling your story. You're telling your side of things. Finally, you're coming clean.
No, I'm not ready to get red pilled yet. I'm gonna wait until there's some sort of profit motive for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No, hey, play the game. Apparently, everybody else is.
Dude, that's crazier too. That bro's doing MLK walks.
Yeah.
Like, talk about not getting it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm trying to be chill about it because, like, maybe I'm just a chud because, maybe it's not fair for me to be like, oh, I was based when I was fucking 16. I like when I was 16, I was making fun of people like you. So you as like a 30-year-old doing this is kind of crazy. What year was this, by the way?
I don't know. I don't have a source for the image. I didn't bother to like do a Google reverse image. Somebody just DM'd it to me randomly, so I don't know. But I mean, it couldn't have been that long ago, I mean, I would venture to guess probably around 2023, 2022, maybe.
The year was 2022.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's after George Floyd.
Yeah. I'm gonna put like a $50 bounty out of like, dude, I'm not kidding. If you have a picture of him like kneeling and doing the BLM thing, please find that and get that to me. I will pay you for that, honestly. Because I guarantee you it's probably out there. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, I want to counter it, like piggyback on what you said too, because it's like a lot of people who have been giving me flack for talking about this, they're like, well, I was like recently red pilled. It's like, dude, I am not against people who are recently red pilled. You know what I mean? I'm not at all. Yeah. Like I support that. I get it. It's awesome that you're like on board now and everything. But this guy, even in his own story, said he got red pilled like this summer and now he's running for governor.
Yeah, it really smacks of JD Vance,
Yeah. Oh,
where
totally.
It's like you were on the wrong side when all of the wrong side was popular and everyone thought that this is the type of shit that you needed to do to be like, you know what I mean? Like when everybody was thinking like, we need Trumpism without Trump. We need like, you know, someone who's America first, you know, or whatever, but also they're not like a racist chud like evil Donald Trump is, you know?
Yeah.
Like this is very Ron DeSantis walking with black people and doing their gay little fucking marches after BLM. It's just crazy. So what it tells me is that, like, you know, you were on the wave of we're the new, you know, we're the new right. We're the new right that's America first, and we love, you know, black people, and we're more moderate than Donald Trump is. But like I don't know. Now you didn't get tapped to become a senator before. Now this is your play to get a name. You know, I don't think it matters where it goes. It's just like what's already happened is now people know who he is, and previously they didn't. You know, and now he has leverage with which he can maneuver in the political world in a way that he previously couldn't, you know? So it's like, could he be trying to sell out? Could he be trying to moderate his position down the road? Could he be trying to, you know, do whatever? Or just get into office and then, you know, play ball then? But like, all of that doesn't really matter. What matters is that he went from no leverage and no motion to motion and leverage, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and again, does that at a time like he again, like you were saying too. It's just it's very coincidental that like everybody else, like Nick and everybody,
he's always been correctly positioned.
Yeah, he's always been correctly positioned and never faced any sort of blowback or opposition at all, or any sort of adversity in his life. You know, and now that these ideas have become popular and mainstream thanks to Nick, now it's wow, I'm all of a sudden learning all of this new information, and I think I can speak out about this now because it's safe and comfortable. It's like it's very suspect, and it's not to say that like I'm not even like I don't even necessarily think that like being an opportunist is inherently a bad thing in American politics, you know, but just don't lie about it, and like, or if you're gonna lie about it, be a better liar than this guy is. That's really honestly it. It's like, I'm not even mad that he's lying. I'm mad that there are such easy to disprove lies. Like, who the fuck is running this campaign? Exactly. Like, who is telling him to say these things? Like, why would you not scrub or do some sort of forensics on your own social media and your past? Like, did you?
What's his take on Vance? Has he even said that?
I don't know. I'm sure he was very pro.
I feel like that's the new actual shit test, is if you talk bad about Vance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was friends with Vivek.
I'm a Donald Trump Republican. I'm a Charlie Kirk Republican. I'm a J.D. Vance Republican. September 15th.
Oh, there it is.
October 6th, he says, I'm a Republican not because of George Bush, but because of Donald Trump. I'm a Republican not because of Dick Cheney, but because of J.D. Vance. I'm a Republican not because of Charlie Kirk. Or I'm a Republican because of Charlie Kirk. That's the Republican Party we need to embrace. This is the turning point vision we need to espouse.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's like only actually, yeah, dude. I mean, that's it. The new shit test, like the actual litmus test is JD Vance.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's crazy. Took you 5 seconds.
Everyone who is unwilling to disavow or like talk bad about JD Vance is a JD Vance.
Yeah.
If they're a politician.
Yeah. Well, but
you know, Tucker won't.
He probably will start doing it now though, because he was friends with Vivek, and now he's like, I'm writing an article and submitting it to the New York Times to argue with Vivek. It's like, which by the way, Bill Ackman introduced him to introduce those two together, which is also very strange and weird, but all right. But so, you know, I feel like now he's at a point where he's just willing to sell anybody out, and I'm sure within the next week or two he's gonna make JD Vance actually isn't that cool, you know. But that's the thing. It's like, yeah. I don't know. It's like, how can I vote for somebody who's
I'm like talking myself into like actually hating this guy, but because like the thing is also that, which is really real, is that it's definitely like a boom market in the position of just to the right of JD Vance, but also not left or not like too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's like, like if I could draw it, there's
like a
of the like
buffer.
political spectrum of acceptable opinions.
Yeah.
It's like it's clear that there's like a line right before you get to like Nick Fuentes, and that line, as close as you can get to that, the more popular on the right you're going to be, and the more cutting edge all of your takes are going to be, and the more motion that you're going to get from the youth, right?
Yeah.
And JD Vance has positioned himself maybe like 2 inches away from that line. Tucker Carlson's positioned himself like 1 inch away from that line. I think Candace Owens, even though like this isn't like the baseline or whatever, but like of like political unacceptability, she's over the line. I think she's getting killed by the establishment. And Nick is even further beyond. But I think bro is like really trying hard to be in that like Tucker spot where you can still do business with the establishment and you still have the plausible deniability that allows for people like in the establishment to not have to disavow you, even though you might get like actual disavowals from like begrudging old corrupt retards like Lindsey Graham or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can even still farm street cred like that off of insane boomers. But I think that's a very like profitable and like W area that everyone's trying to get into right now. And I think honestly we should have an inherent suspicion of people who came from the complete opposite and now are now straddling that line, you know?
Yeah. Totally.
Like he is.
Yeah, and what's funny about it is right now too is that because all of this is still like very new and fresh, like it really, Nick's generational run this year is really what like put all of this on the map more so than anything else. Like it's been a build up obviously, but like this year's where it's really exploded. Especially like I have Nick going on Tucker and Candace and all that stuff. So it's like they haven't had time to fine tune it yet. You know what I mean? They like, and I think it's clear too. What's kind of happening is that, like you were saying, with like that Nick JD Vance sort of buffer zone, people are kind of landing in different spots. But I think it's also clear that there is this sort of like idea. Like, hang on, okay. Now you're actually wanting me to just pull up like paint because like, I have to. I did this the other day, but I'm gonna do it again for the audience here because it's important. It's like. All right, here we go. So, like, this is what's happening is that, like, I'm going to do 3 lines here. Like, there's this is going to be terrible, but, and then, like, right here. And it's like these lines represent these sort of, like, containment zones, right? Like, right here, this first line, this was, like, COVID 2020. Oh, hang on, I'm butchering this. Right here. And like Nick getting debanked and everything. I'm going to say this is 20 this is absolutely terrible. This is 2045 like Nick's this year. I'm hang on, I'm just going to type it actually. I'll just use the text cuz that'll be easier. Where is
How did you fuck that up?
I can't draw the mouse, dude. I'm terrible. All right. What do you mean?
Oh my god! And now it's 150.
Dude, I know. It's closing.
Dude,
what
this is. Did you just turn 40 or something?
Dude,
like, what is going on?
How's my computer like struggling?
Happy 40, Beardson. Welcome to being old.
What do you mean? I'm fixing
All right,
it.
Grandpa. You just got to change the font there.
Impact's fine, bro. Okay. So that's 2020.
Okay.
This is 2025. And then, like, this line here is, I would say, like, 2028, right? So, and each of these lines sort of represents, like, a different, like, era in which, like, Nick had to go through, like, opposition and containment. Because that was the strategy for a long time, banning Nick, debanking him and everything. And nobody touching him, right? So, he's able to breach through this wall, finally, just by not giving up. He got over the no-fly list, the J6 stuff, and then 2025, he finally breached through, got the, finally people in the establishment are now willing to talk to him, to host him on podcast. His clips are going viral everywhere. He gets reinstated on X. The Yay 24 stuff happens, all that stuff. The message breaches through here. And so now kind of the strategy is to build this sort of containment. Like they realize now that like Pandora's box is opened on it, maybe not on the Jewish question per se, but at least on Israel, right? And the influence of the Israeli government on the United States politicians. And so their plan is now to sort of curtail it and to make it go this way when it comes to 2028. Like essentially they're going to be willing to concede certain truths that that Nick has illuminated, but then say, but it's not all Jews, and it's not this, actually, it's just this foreign government over here, that's it, you know. And sort of and I think people like Ian Carroll, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and all of these people are part of this sort of strategy to make this like it's like almost like a puppet dissident right in a way, you know, where they still have credibility and legitimacy, but they're not, but they want to try to like take Nick down and cozy up and steal Nick's momentum away and divert it before 2028 hits and like an entirely new, you know. And instead,
I was talking about this on my stream actually, where I totally agree. Oh wait, actually that was on the Sweat and you disagree. Hey, you son of a bitch. What? No, but this is like what I was talking about on the Sweat last week or something, where I think that like as you're like there's a disagreement, right, between like the Ben Shapiro guys and the like true hardcore Israel first people, like you know, all the war hawks in the Senate, all of the donors, and like the people behind Heritage Foundation, their donors, and then like Ben Shapiro, who think and want to completely close the Pandora's box, right? Yeah. And then I think there's sort of like a realist like new man category of like JD Vancers and the Silicon Valley people who have like a more practical understanding of how this is working, and they're not just like you know, they don't have that like Israeli mindset, you know. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the Israeli mindset of like, well, we're just gonna kill all the people in Gaza and that's how we're gonna deal with it, you know. They have like a more like American Jew mindset where they're like, no guys, Pandora's box is open. The only way that we can deal with this is if we cede ground and then we control the response. That is the only way that we deal with this. Pandora's box is open. All of the ideas are out. People are based now. They're hip. They got it. We need to get out in front of it and say, hey, everybody come with us, and we'll take them back onto the plantation. You know, we'll Pied Piper them out of the town, and we'll make sure that the mob doesn't burn down everybody's houses and the guillotines don't come out. You know what metaphorically. And we can de-radicalize this chill style.
No, totally, 100%. And I think it's people like obviously Tucker, JD, Matt Walsh, you know, like all of these people, whether they're wittingly or unwittingly a part of this, are trying to like sort of build this like alternative. And because and I think that maybe like where the disagreement came from between you and I last week, it wasn't so much that I disagree with your point, because I totally agree. It's just that what I was trying to say is that like all of this is there is like a little bit of like theater to it, where I do think that like both of these sides, like the Ben Shapiro side and this sort of other faction that is going to concede some ground, they still at the end of the day are working and operating towards the same goal of essentially shutting Nick, Groypers, or anybody who's America First out of
on your
politics.
MS Paint, take a little red marker and then like halfway into the sideways one, do one that's like just between them and 2028 going sideways too, like right above it, between the the normal line.
Yeah, like right like this.
Yeah, right. And that's like, you know, you see, boom, and it all makes sense. See, so it's like they're all splitting off. And, you know, maybe the black line is getting, you know, disavowed by people, you know, still not even pictured on this graph who are still back in like 2010. You know what I mean? But they are all doing it. And the black line is going to be much more popular than the red line, right, with the people. However, it's going to be way less popular with the donors. So everyone is sort of, you know, maybe the black line's Tucker and the red line is
Ben.
JD Vance. And then if you had another line that was above that, between that and 2028, that would be like Fishback, right?
Yeah.
And everybody is trying their hard, and it's not even necessarily, because I think that like this is a pretty disorganized thing that's happening right now.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that they've had like a lot of like mistaken infighting over this. Just because like all of these like boomer chuds like really don't get it, and they don't know what time it is, and they don't understand how bad this really is, and they're coping and they're hoping that these are bots and like Pakistanis, and they're drinking their own Kool-Aid a little bit.
Yeah.
And they think that it is possible just to retch the whole country back to 2010. But yeah, I feel like understanding this is like so crucially important, because like a lot of people are getting like false green flags from this like sort of infighting between like the Ben Shapiro crowd and the Daily Wire crowd and the donor class, and these like new men who are younger generations, so like millennial sellouts.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. It's like I'm not, and I'm gonna safely say that I think you agree with this one too. It's like I don't think that like all of the Jews are working together. I'm not of the opinion. Like, is there a cabal? Sure, but like there are different sects of this cabal. Like at the end of the day, like this graph brilliantly that I drew, by the way, points
it's a
out,
great graph. It's honestly, it's a perfect graph that explains what's happening.
Yeah, I really do think so.
Post this on Twitter and say this explains politics.
Yeah, but it's like they're all working towards the same goal, but they are not like in a cabal together as to how to like handle it, and they all have differing strategies on how to contain it. Like that's the thing, and like even with Fishback, it's like sort of my opinion of it, and whether he's a willing participant of this or not, is that I think at the end of the day, the goal of the sort of Fishback op is because he's only polling at 2%. I don't think he has a real chance of winning regardless. And
he's trying to make his bones, I think.
Well, I think for him personally, he's trying to make his bones, but larger picture, because like I was saying earlier, it's like, yeah, he'll get the name recognition and everything out of this regardless. So it's a win for him regardless. But I think the ultimate goal is for him to lose, for them to frame him as a Groyper candidate, so they can sit back and say, see, Nick Fuentes has no real political power, that all of his power it's largely contained on the internet. You know what I mean? They're already trying to frame him as this Groyper candidate. Will Summers putting out articles saying that he's the Groyper candidate, and then when he loses, they can say, yeah, see, all of Nick Fuentes' fans are just online, and it's all bots, and it's not real, and it doesn't translate to real political power. Because after the Joe Kent thing, when Joe Kent lost the election because of Nick's influence, that woke people up to Nick's actual efficacy in real life and actually having an effect on elections, which that's what really makes them panic, because that's where their bread and butter is, right? So I do think that's part of the Fishback op. He loses to this like black Zionist guy in Florida, and then they can say, yeah, see, Nick Fuentes couldn't do anything. The Groyper candidate lost, and Groypers have no real political sway, and nobody should listen to them. It's all just white noise on the internet. I think that's the op. What do you think?
I'd have to look into him more, because the thing is, he isn't being racist on Twitter. He isn't actually like chudded. Like I just looked up like Carmelo Anthony. He said nothing. I looked up Black, and he hasn't mentioned black people other than positively. I feel like maybe I haven't been paying enough attention to like really know who he is too much. I've just been sort of letting the people figure it out. I feel like I don't know, but the fucking Barry Weiss connection's too crazy. Cause, right, I'm just sort of like thinking through it right now live.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think that the Barry Weiss and Bill Ackman, I feel like and just the fact that he has no response for this. Like, what is the story? The story to me is that he is in with them. He's a savvy political operator who can tell where the wind's blowing. He's never had his sails positioned incorrectly, even if the wind hasn't found him yet, right? and this is like January too, so this is even before, like, it's on everyone's radar by now. We just had the Christmas crash out against Elon, like a month prior, or like honestly like 10 days prior, right?
Yeah.
That was January 15th, where he's meeting up with Barry Weiss.
Yeah. 20th,
I feel like he's always, so then there's two options. Either one, he was just trying to join on to their team, and they don't really know who he is, and he doesn't have really any name recognition, etc. They don't have any use for him. The thing is that he's challenging the I really don't know. My gut level, I feel like he's like an independent contractor, like trying to Pete Buttigieg himself and make big waves and then capitalize on the waves that he made. But the Barry Weiss, Bill Ackman connection is like too crazy. And I feel like the alternative hypothesis would be that he is actively trying to participate in this sort of like, because Bill Ackman is hip with the Silicon Valley guys. He's hip with JD Vance. Like they know, nobody's confused about it. He's not like a Ben Shapiro guy.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Here's another thing that I'd like to posit towards you too.
Actually, but Barry Weiss kind of is. She is an Israeli. She wants to bottle everything up.
Yeah.
Dude, she said that. Wait, actually, maybe I'm crazy. So he might have talked to the wrong Jews. Because she's in the camp that we need to have fucking Alan Dershowitz explain to the young people that the Holocaust was bad,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, she literally wrote a book on like how to combat anti-Semitism, like. Yeah. And he was promoting it. So, but here's another, like, let me like pitch this to you too, because he has yet to answer the Bill Ackman connection. And he was praising Bill Ackman on Twitter 4 months ago. And this is allegedly after he had gotten quote unquote red pilled this summer, right? So I do think part of the reason why he hasn't addressed the Bill Ackman thing, and the reason that he won't, is because he's hoping, or maybe already, because there's been no financials that have leaked about his operation, that Bill Ackman is funding or donating to his campaign, or at least helping him out behind the scenes. And while everything that you said about his intentions may be true, Bill Ackman's intentions are that he can recognize this guy's not going to win, and then my theory stands. That's like Bill Ackman's motivations. You know what I mean? Because Bill Ackman's all over. He is a huge donor. Huge donor.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He definitely, I feel like he's a spook.
Yeah.
That's my take. Him and Tucker Carlson are creepy.
Yeah. Real.
Him, Tucker Carlson, JD Vance are creepy little guys.
Yeah. I'm going to be very interested once like campaign contributions start getting listed and are public, because they're not public yet, because I already tried to look and I couldn't find anything because that's
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Anonymous sent $3. He wanted to be Fed governor originally amid the push. Fishback even called President Trump directly and pitched himself for the role back up.
No, let me see this. When is this from? This is from November.
I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out, is if this was sanctioned or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is this sanctioned, or is he like is he just like savvy, and this is his this is his Pete Buttigieg moment. This is him going out and making big waves, and then dropping out of the race and playing ball. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Okay, so this is
like what was that? 2019.
Yeah. So this is interesting. This article's from November 24th of this year, so just a few weeks ago. Fishback privately reached out to James Blair, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, urging him to consider him for the role, while also, and this is for the role of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, one of the most influential economic posts in government. I'd be honored if you could put in a good word with the boss for me, Fishback texted him, according to Brucewitz. I would be honored to serve as a bulldog fighter for the president and his movement at the Federal Reserve for 5 months. I would defend his agenda on the Fed board, which suffers from Trump derangement syndrome. So this is like, And this was when? When did they say this happened? August. So again, August. Again, coincidentally, when he was praising Bill Ackman on Twitter.
What's his firm?
Oh, that's a whole other can of worms that I haven't even bothered to go into yet. But yeah, dude's like majorly in the hole. Like, apparently,
Azoria Partners.
yeah. Apparently, I had heard this. I don't know how true this is, but he's like $200,000 or so, or maybe even more than that, in debt from a federal like lawsuit or something that he lost or something like that. So I have to look into it more. But they've like repossessed his Tesla allegedly. So there's a whole other like financial angle to this too that I haven't even bothered to really dig into.
They manage specific investments with a specific focus noted on Tesla-related ETF and involvement in private equity.
Oh, hang on, this is interesting too. Fishback had a breakthrough moment on the conservative media scene earlier this year, riding the wave of Elon Musk's Doge when he began appearing on CNN, Fox News, and Newsmax, often described as a Doge advisor weighing in on work being done by the team. So he pitched Musk the idea of Doge dividend checks that would pay Americans money based on government savings. So he was talking to Elon Musk, or he was working with Elon Musk's Doge as well. Fishback replied, "I started working.
Dude,
I started working on the.
Do people know who his co-founder is of his investment firm?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Bro, come on. It's Azaf Abramovic,
Google,
who's
show me this guy's balls,
who
please.
speaks Hebrew, listed on his LinkedIn.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
The Azoria Partners, founded and led by James T. Fishback and Asaf H. Abramovic, who is a Jewish guy who speaks Hebrew. So that's your partner?
Yeah. By the way, Spinach Bra, you're a fucking traitor, dude. You're a fucking traitor, straight up. You've been shilling this guy and replying to all of his fucking tweets. And not once, like, questioning anything. I've seen you, dude. I've seen you under every Fishback tweet, just, like, making little, like, meme posts. It's like, okay, all right. No, I see you. I asked if he worked for Peter Thiel. Yeah, that's not the question. We have pictures of him with fucking Barry Weiss, bro, and Bill Ackman. Like, what do you mean? Peter Thiel. Like, that's distraction tactics right there. But it is interesting. He said this, I started working on the Doge movement at the beginning with Vivek, an initial Doge co-lead, and I left at the end of May or early June when Elon had this big fallout with the president that he lost, and it's because Elon did not deliver in the way I thought he would have. So his ties with Vivek were again as early as this year. And Vivek got him in touch with and involved in Doge with Elon Musk. Like this again, like this whole thing is very sus. Spinach Bro says, I was only shilling because he posted a header with an America First hat. We got to do better, okay? We got to do, if that's all it takes to buy your loyalty, we got to do better, you know? That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm just like, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's how easy it is to get people on board. It's like, all you got to do is post an America First hat and people are like, this guy's fucking based. You know? He just put on the, no way.
Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
Fart Blaster sent $3. Fishbuck just posted himself wearing an America First hat a few minutes ago and posted America First.
Dude, oh my god, no way.
Hat is about hatred. They say
Bro,
it's about
you're
hating
spooked,
Jews, hating immigrants,
dude.
or hating people who look differently. No, this is not about hate. This is about an unapologetic love for Americans. I am proud to wear this hat.
Bro, dude, I've got this guy so pressed. I have got this guy so pressed. This is awesome. Oh, man. All right, hang on. I gotta tweet now. Where's my logged in? Let's go here. Come on,
where's the spook, dude?
Dude, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? He has this fucking crash out with me last night and yesterday, and now he's like putting on the America First hat. This is not about hate. This is about doing what's right.
Wow, press 1.
I'm just gonna do Bill Ackman because like I don't want retards to be like he addressed his relationship with Barry Weiss. Actually, oh hang on, I don't have my picture. Oh whatever, I don't need the pictures. That's crazy, dude. We're taking over politics, bro. People are so goys, dude. Goys. Aura based.
Kevin McInnes deleted his tweet saying that he Tucker might sue Nick, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't buy that though.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Like no offense. Yeah, guys on drugs. Okay, I do not trust anything that comes. I like Gavin, but it's like, yeah, okay. I'm good. I'll take it with a grain of salt. That's crazy. Okay, that's fire, actually. That's fire as fuck. Oh, it's my For You, dude. Get the fuck off of that. Dude, these comments, like... Yeah, Juice Words' tweet, Juice my tweet. This is so it's like the most performative thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Uh-oh.
I put the hat on, guys. I'm based. I swear. Don't look at my connections to Barry Weiss or Bill Ackman or Vivek. That's crazy. I mean, it's like, again, I just find the timing of it very funny because it's like, okay, he's starting to get pressure. And now he has to put the hat on. That's all I'm saying. Insane. That's so funny. I don't know. Either way, it's like funny. I don't know. I'm not mad about it at all. I think it's funny.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
He needs to address the allegations. He needs to speak to Beardson.
He does. Yeah. He needs to kiss the ring. I'm sorry.
The rectal ring.
Again, I don't know. I'm sussed. I'm sussed out still.
It's sussy. It's definitely sussy.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I'm listening to California Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Just realized you couldn't hear that or nobody else.
You're just singing, bro. You're like a black person in a
I'm
gas
just
station.
loving it, dude. I'm just loving it. I'm just browsing Twitter. I'm not even. I don't have to be the one streaming. I'm just chilling.
Do you want to stream? Do you want to take over? Because I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'll raid you.
God.
I'll raid you.
Yeah, sure, dude.
I'll raid you.
Yeah, I can go live.
Okay.
A little Chudley.
Yeah.
Chudley Chudson.
I'm hungry. I don't want to play Rogue Trader.
All right, gamer.
It's my day off. I'm not supposed to be streaming today. People are like, Nick liked his hat. He liked the hat vid. Okay. So is that an endorsement now? Nick liked the tweet. I don't want to go around I don't want to go around breaching confidence, but Nick's liked a couple of my tweets regarding Fishback too.
Whoa.
So
what does this mean?
Yeah, I don't know, where do you want to go with this?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah. 2 + 2 =
-1, that's 3.
A
quick maths.
Yeah.
All right, what else is there to talk about? What are you thinking about there, Chief?
Like I said, I'm thinking about food. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today. Nick might just like when people wear the hat. Well, I mean, either way, I think it's like funny. Like, why wouldn't Nick like that? Like, I think it's funny that he put the hat on. I think it's funny that I've like, I don't know. I don't want to take like full soul responsibility, but I do think it's funny that I've bullied this guy now into like coming out and being like, instead of just like tiptoeing around it, now he has to like come out and like unequivocally support Nick and America First, which is kind of funny. So it's like a win-win. It's like, and I'm still gonna be like, yeah, we don't claim you. I'm still gonna press him. Like the hat.
Yeah, dude, we are a vanguardist movement. Okay,
Yeah.
People need to understand this.
Yeah.
The vanguard is the chud, incel, freak onliners.
Yeah.
Okay. And we go out and we form the unbreakable cult-like following that tests the loyalty constantly of everyone around and tests the ideals and forces them to say it out loud, what they aren't trying to say, what they're trying to hold back. And we press them, we attack. We say, why do you know Bill Ackman? Why do you know Barry Weiss? And we see what they say.
Yeah.
And then the benevolent leader comes out and he says, hold back, my friends. Hold back.
Literally. That's Steve.
Hold back. Hey, be nicer to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he gets to be the benevolent leader. And
Yeah.
the cult listens.
Yeah.
And the cult doesn't question. The cult follows. The cult does what the cult leader says. All right.
Yeah,
And the vanguard enforces.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure you guys know this or not, but like me and Nick, we're friends, and if he wanted me to stop, he would just like, hey, cut it out. And then I'd be like, sir, yes, sir. But also it's like, I mean, I've always been the loose cannon too. You know what I mean? It's like, Even yeah, it's like I feel like the relationship between me and Nick, it's like I'm always like the I'm like the alcoholic cop that like knows that something's amiss, but like it's like but I have to
go on gut level.
Yeah, but I have to like operate outside of like jurisdiction, you know what I mean? And Nick's like, "You're out of order. Give me your badge and your gun." And I'm like, "This is bullshit." And then I go off and I like go and crack the case, but I like kill like 10 people, And then he's like, "You're suspended." It's like that was how it was with like Patrick Casey. Nick's like, "Hey man, can you just like cool it? I just don't want to deal with this." And I'm like, "Here's my badge, here's my gun." I'm like Mel Gibson in like Lethal Weapon. That's me.
True.
So I'm like, I'm working off the clock.
Yeah. You go home to your empty apartment, except for the strings on the wall. Bill Ackman, Fishback, just drinking out of a beer bottle. He's just drinking a handle, sitting there looking at it.
Yeah.
I come over to your house. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, man? You all right, dude?
And like, "Hey, can you drive me to this warehouse at 3 a.m? And you're like, "What the fuck?
Why can't you drive yourself?" "I'm drunk, you stupid asshole."
I'm like, "Wait here, leave the engine running." I come back out, I'm covered in blood. You're like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, "Don't worry about it. Get us the fuck out of here."
The cops are gonna be here in a minute. We're the cops. I'm just a normal ass dude with a big ass cock. All right.
We need this buddy. We need this buddy comedy. We need this to happen, or like buddy crime movie. Like I would totally watch this. Me and you. I'm the drunk alcoholic. Fucking my wife died like 10 years ago or something, and I just never recovered. And yeah.
Yeah, I was just referencing True Detective.
Oh, yeah. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in like a hot minute. I need to rewatch it. That show's at least so good first season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it really was.
Yeah. All right.
Bro, I'm sleepy too. I'm cooked, man.
Yeah. No, you got it. You can handle it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. I'll give you the raid, and I'm gonna go eat.
All right, gamer.
Thanks for
coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It was super fun.